divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. This is the Atom Effect.
Black Adam. Yeah. Adam like achieve, things is looking like it's out of mind. Like when I had my first baby, yeah, her name is Melody. Leave it on the ground, leave it in the leaf. I've been working hard, ain't been getting sleep, Coley. I could barely sleep, darky on the night, Coley Cole's a scary beast, so I barely speak. Life shit is so temporary, but it's necessary. All my shit is so extemporary. Niggas won't beef, damn that shit is so unnecessary. This Sigma shit is so hereditary. I just laid my granny in the cemetery. I'm black, bitch, I live every day like it's February. God gave me life clarity. Money over everything, even more than the air we breathe. Damn, it's all fake, even charity. No abiding by the rules, politicking had me fucked up. Cause it's all fake, even charity, I need clarity. Funk Uncle Sam, fuck the man who ruling on me. Told the government I'm out of school at 20. Now we celebrating black everything like they putting glue up on me. Yeah, I got a different attitude, I like altitude. Damn, who got the view up on me? Traffic talking on my celly. Traffic talking on my telly, cause I ain't phony. And I live in solitude, but I ain't never lonely. Yeah, a dad to the shit, whooping all these niggas like I'm Batman and shit. Dash to the cash in the back with a brick, passing the gas in the back of the whip. Excuse me, hold up, don't lose me. Fucking all these hoes like groupies. My life been a bitch, gon' do me. Add a little drink to the mix while I'm smoking on loose leaf. Chasing all these goals, man, my life been a movie. Blew 40 bands in the last few months, oh well, consume me. Yeah, I'm a vet, like shout out to a dog named Lucy. I been singing all this shit since 18. A nigga had big dreams, go AT. Shout out to my auntie. Lately, I been feeling like I need to get saved by that 18. Adam said the day go done, go evil, yeah. Shout out to my T.O. Shout out to a nigga named Rico, yeah. 10K to the trio. Adam don't need no amigos, ayy. Yeah, running through the money and it's all for the prize of the greed. I'ma make a pact, man, I'm sticking to my creed. I move by code and they all move for the feet. I can see these hoes, man, I'm blind like a geek. Looking in the mirror, it's like I already see. I'm reliving life, I don't really wanna die, cause I know the ground coming for the beat. I can go out bad, man, I'm trying to change the past, it was calling me a freak. Now I got my foot up on the gas and it's green. Chasing all my goals to the team DG. This is not for show, this is bait to the toe. Man, they better go vote when I run for the throne. I'm a pen it black, I'm in love with my own.
This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. This is the Atom Effect.
Damn, you're not speaking English. I don't understand what you saying, but I'm TNK, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Girl, you know what I'm packing. Let's make a movie. Lights, camera, action. I'ma start shooting. Yeah.
Cloud.
Yeah. Hey. You sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm peddling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my melody. You sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm peddling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my, I don't even know what this girl saying now, but she had to get a quick fix, good dick, sick shit, ass so fat, call the shit thick, girl, you ain't know I like you, wanna wife you, shit so cool, color ice cube, you the sugar honey with the ice too, don't forget T, man, don't forget T and K, watch from a distance, all you do is slay, tryna get paid, baby, tryna get paid, I don't wanna fall, but I already did, change your heart, exchange your heart, with the kid, damn, I got hurt again, why always trip, man, why always trip, man, why always trip, you sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you telling me, whole different language, whole different melody, foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling, I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling, I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my melody. You sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you telling me, whole different language, whole different melody, foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling, I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling, I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my, only got 4 minutes, Lord, tell me what to say, so I get the digits, tell me all the right words, so I get it, can't be scared, T, can't be scared, you don't wanna bust plan A, then gotta get a plan B, whole new language, watch yourself, I'm a little dangerous, Melanie, got me going crazy, love your fragrance, gotta listen virtues, girl, you my patient, gotta have patience, I take time with your lips, yeah, I gotta pace it, time with the hips, take time with them hips, girl, 3-course meals, so I dine in them hips, girl, I dive in them hips, I dive in them hips, you sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you telling me, whole different language, whole different melody, foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling, I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling, I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my melody, you sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you telling me, whole different language, whole different melody, foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling, I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling, I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my, take 5, yeah, the new kid. We in here, y'all boys and girls. Y'all hit the like button. Early on a Saturday morning, we made it on time. Y'all know what it is, man. I'm trying to figure out how to fix this camera. You know how it goes. I mean, we got the camera fixed. I'm trying to get my good camera working. I got a bunch of cameras on this app. I don't know why it's not popping up, but it's acting up. I'm like, yo, this card. Let me go delete iPhone. But shout out to everybody, man. Before we get started, we gotta face him. Face him.
Face him. No, get over there and face him. You can't run from him. He's gonna win. Yeah, win it! Win it! Yeah! Yeah! Win it! Win it! Yeah!
I'll follow y'all. My bad, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know what the F is going on here. Keys, audio, output, audio, stream, appearance, general, blah, blah, blah. I'm so confused, guys. I'd rather have this camera. You have unsaved changes. No, I'm not saving shit. What's up with the camera, bro? What's up with the camera? I don't know what it is with the camera, but let me see. Device. But lens. Oh, and we got different lenses. Shit. Yeah, bro. I don't know what it is with the camera, bro. I'm gonna have to really take some time to figure that out. It's kind of pissing me off. This picture. I don't know what that was. I guess I just took a picture. Excuse me. All right, man. Since it's not working, I want it to work, but OBS don't want it to work. It's working on my phone. It's not working on the app. So I'm just mad confused, dog. So we're going to pull up the Prism lens. You know what it is. We're going to pull up the Prism lens. Let me give y'all another one, bro. Let me give y'all another one, another laugh before we go. Before we get started.
Yeah, you find it him too?
Hold on.
Ain't no
Shout out to Diddy. Diddy made it today on a Saturday. Yeah, today's Saturday. Diddy made it on a Saturday. Here we go. I'll move it to the top. Shout out to Diddy while I set up the
Ain't no dick riding going on.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no dick riding going on at all.
You niggas talk about balling and just this and that. I know
Right.
y'all thinking watch, rolly, bracelet.
Yeah, it ain't no watch.
No. This is how we smoke.
Check your
The
man
whole
out. Check your man
crew
out.
smoke. Yeah, just let him do his thing.
Yeah, I'm letting him
the
do his
whole
thing.
crew smokes, you know?
Everybody
and check
smoke.
it. This is what I got for him. Huh?
Let's
Zip it
let
on
me
that.
let me
What
zip
you
in
know
on it. About
the
Hold up.
platinum
what?
ice face
Uh-huh.
PD
Uh-huh.
guaranteed to get charged
Uh-huh.
Blicky, aka
Yeah.
Pipe.
Now, let me
Huh?
zoom in on the blicky.
What y'all niggas know
About
about
the
the remote control joint?
I wasn't here to put it down last night. We were putting it down tonight for BIG. Yeah. We may just, I don't know, we may just spend, I don't even know what we're going to do. We're going to a hotel or some shit. I don't even know.
God, no. Double X show that is too smooth.
Yeah. And I just want to let everybody know my man got an afro.
Ain't no dick riding going on.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no dick riding going on
check.
at all.
You niggas talk about balling and just this and that. I know
Right.
y'all thinking watch, roll.
My question is, what were them ninjas talking about to this day? To this day, I don't know what them ninjas talking about. All right, we in here, man. Let me get this off. Hold on. Turn you off. Face him. Get off. All right, Trump's in the circle. We in here, y'all boys. Boom. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now I know you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, this camera's not bad." You know, I like my other camera better. It is what it is, my ninjas. You heard me.
What the hell, boy?
Yes, sir. But we in here, man. Good morning, guys. It's Saturday. We didn't start late. We actually started on time. It's Saturday. You know what it is, man. We in the building. Like I said, man, Trump's in the circle. That's what we doing today. I need some lotion. I washed my face a little. Need some lotion, so I might look a little white. Big pause. But yeah, so we're doing Trump's inner circle. We're gonna discuss Trump's inner circle as what's the day? What's it called? Inauguration Day is on Monday. So let's get into it, my ninjas. Let's have a good show. Let's discuss it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me put a poll in the chat too. But first things first. Let me pull Win back up. So today we are discussing Susie Wiles, who is on the left, Kash Patel, who is right to the right of her. Who is this ninja? John Ratcliffe, Tulsi Gabbard, and Tom Homan. I'm sure you guys know Tom Homan. Let's get into it, my ninjas. Let's get into it. All right, first things first. TikTok or Google? We're gonna use TikTok since TikTok about to be banned after tomorrow. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy?
Boy,
That's
what the
crazy.
hell, boy?
But it is what it is, my ninjas. It is what it is. I wasn't making no money on there. Shout out to TikTok though. Here we go. All right, let's see. Like I said, everything is for entertainment purposes only. Shout out to everybody who's taking a dose of the Blac Pill. If you like my page, man, donate to the Cash App. $1. $1 goes a long way. If everybody donated $1, I wouldn't say I'd be a rich man, but I'd have some money. Okay, so donate $1 if you like what I'm doing. $1 goes a long way, man. You give dollars to homeless people on the street all the time. I'm not homeless. It's the same concept. You dig? All right, so who? All right, Susie Wiles. We're gonna start with Susie Wiles. So quick background on Susie Wiles. Second, let me background. All right, so Miss Susie Wiles. Shout out to Susie Wiles. Yeah, man, money make you look good when you get older. She ain't really ugly. I'm not saying I do anything, but so yeah, Susie Wiles is chief strategist. She's a political consultant and a key strategist behind Trump's 2016 and 2020 campaigns. She's known for her ability to rally voters and manage high-stake campaigns. And we're going to discuss, I guess, what her appointment says about Trump's campaign strategy for 2024 and beyond. Because, I mean, who knows if we'll have another if we'll have another election after this. And I'm not saying they're gonna do anything, but all I can say is to get real in the field, my ninjas. All right, so here we go. Let's see, which one should we listen to? No wonder Trump promoted Susie Wiles. Here we go.
No wonder Trump promoted Susie Wiles to become the first female chief of staff in American history, even though it might cause embarrassment to his wife and children. She used 3 ruthless means to dispel Melania's doubts. Trump highly praised Susie, saying, "I have no doubt that she will make our country proud." First, Susie is a senior campaign advisor to the Trump team, and she is known as the Ice Girl for her effective strategy. Susie has a good understanding of Trump's intentions, and she successfully uses all kinds of crazy behaviors around her to help Trump win. Shosh pointed out that Morago has become more orderly since Susie became the chief gatekeeper. Second, Susie has been providing advice behind Trump, and even after giving birth to 2 daughters, she only took some time to raise them and then quickly returned to the political stage. In the end, Trump defeated Hillary Clinton by 1.2% in the first presidential election. Third, after separating from her husband in 2017, Susie freed up more time to focus on her political career. Susie has been active in the U.S. political arena for more than 40 years, and her extensive network of contacts and political experience enable her to quickly identify problems and take preventive measures in advance. No wonder Trump promoted.
Shout out to Trump hitting his dance. All right, let's see. They have anything specific about her or her speaking? Let's see. Let's see how much she'll earn.
How much will Susie Wiles earn as the chief of staff of President Donald Trump? Trump has named campaign manager Susie Wiles as chief of staff. She is the first female chief of staff in history. As the White House chief of staff, Wiles will earn an annual salary of $400,000. Susie Wiles' net worth is estimated to be $7 million. Follow me for more. How much will Susie Wiles earn as...
Damn, 700 million? Come on, bro.
What the hell, boy?
Bruh, 700 million, bro. Hold on, I'm putting a poll in the chat. Did Donald Trump pick the right people? Question mark. All right, we got that poll in the chat. Y'all go answer that. Start poll. All right, so we don't have much of her speaking. I guess they haven't done a debrief on her. Let's see what is this? Let's see what this has to say.
What a blessing to not have some experience with the people in the swamp trying to bend your ear. She's going to go in there and they're afraid of her. That's the best part about this. This is a woman who just ran a Fortune 500 company overnight, and she was incredibly successful at it. This is the best case scenario for the United States of America. We don't want someone going in there that has already made deals with people, that has loyalties to people. Susie Wiles is going in there for the American people, and that's the most exciting news I could ever possibly hear about this administration. Yeah.
One thing I will say, shout out to the white people of America. Hey, my ninjas. Y'all ninjas need to take notes. One thing about white people is white people stay on code, bro. They stay on code. They'll sit there and smile with you and stay on code about each other at all times. So shout out to the white people of America. What is it called? The ring light, of course, having issues. Everything got issues these days, man. People don't make stuff like that's durable anymore. Anyways, let's go to Google. Let's discuss Susie Wiles. All right, I know we got a lot on Tom Homan and all this stuff, and Kash Patel. They got a bunch of conspiracies or whatever. All right, so Susie Wiles is Trump's chief of staff, Nepo baby. Cashing on mom. Excuse me. Let me see. 3 weeks ago, Trump's team orders all intended nominees to stop posting on social media. Smart move. Let's go to news. And let's do a better one. Who is Susie Wiles? They tripping on a Saturday with it. Who is Susie Wiles? All right, let me see. Oh, go to NPR maybe. CBS News. What to know about Susie Wiles? All right, what to know about Susie Wiles, Donald Trump's White House chief of staff. Last week, President-elect Donald Trump announced his campaign co-chair Susie Wiles will serve as his White House chief of staff, first woman, Republican or Democrat, ever to hold that position. Well, shout out to history being made. Yes, sir. The first woman, blah, blah, blah. Calling her tough, smart, innovative, universally admired and respected, Trump credited her with helping him win both the 2024 and 2016 elections. Interesting. Behind the scenes, Wiles is known as a formidable political operative, first to work behind the scenes rather than on any stage or in front of any cameras. In keeping with that, when Trump declared victory in the early hours of last Wednesday morning, he invited her to come to the microphones, but she politely declined. Well, okay, so she's very humble. That's cool. She managed to not just curry favor, but more critically to remain in good standing with Trump, winning his trust while working in a high-profile campaign role, managing the ambitions, personalities, and egos in Trump's orbit. Relationship with the campaign staff. Wiles is beloved by the Trump campaign staff, many of whom call her a mentor. Susie Wiles is a tremendous advocate for President Trump and a great boss to those that work for her, said Trump advisor, senior advisor Danielle Alvarez. She knows how to bring people together. For myself and countless others, this is in quotations, by the way, having Susie Wiles as a mentor and a friend is a gift, said Brian Hughes, blah, blah, blah. Those who have worked for Wiles will take a bullet for Susie, said Carlos Trujillo, campaign advisor who served as the U.S. ambassador to the Organization of the American States. All right, so they all like her. She runs a tight and focused ship. Her ability to cultivate talent, background, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. All right, so I guess they like this lady. I don't know. We don't have much information on her. I guess she stay out the mix. Shout out to her for staying out the mix. Women, take notes. Women, take notes, bro. Stay out the mix. Shout out to the ladies that stay out the mix and make power moves behind closed doors. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We see you, ladies. That means you got power. If she's worth $700 million and you can't find nothing on her, there's something to be said about that, my nigga. There's something to be said about that. Here we go.
Donald Trump has appointed Susie Wiles as White House Chief of Staff, marking her as the first woman to hold this position. Known as a political strategist, Susie has been essential to Trump's success over the years. Susie managed Trump's 2016 Florida campaign, contributing to his victory in the state, and co-led his 2024 presidential campaign. Wiles resides in a beautiful home in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, valued at approximately $2 million. The residence features 5 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms across 4,500 square feet, set on an acre. The property offers marsh and intracoastal views with a dramatic 2-story foyer, hardwood floors, and a thoughtfully designed layout. The outdoor...
I don't give a shit, but shout out to her, though. When I get my own $1 million house, if I get one, because honestly, goal was back in the day. For those of y'all who don't know, BA, the boy, Black Adam. The goal back in the day was to live with my parents, was to get rich and hide out in my parents' house. You get older and shit changes. All right, that's it for Susie Wiles. Quick recap. Like I said, she's a chief strategist, political consultant, and key strategist behind Trump's 2016 and 2020 campaigns. She's known for her ability to rally voters and manage high-stakes campaigns. I guess their strategy is how he won again. Let's see. Next person we're going to discuss is Kash Patel. I start tweaking out. It's because of the coffee, my ninjas. I ain't eating. I had the coffee. I can feel it taking over.
But what the hell, boy?
I can feel it taking over. All right, Kash Patel. He's FBI director, I believe. Let me see. Quick sidebar. Quick background. Quick synopsis. Kash Patel is the Secretary of Defense. He's the former Chief of Staff to the Secretary of Defense and known for his close ties to Trump. He has a track record in intelligence and defense-related roles, including handling classified materials. And what we're going to discuss, like I said, is can his appointment signal a focus on military reform or stronger defense measures? My bad, John. I did this last night, so I'm just reading my notes. All right, let me see. Let's see what the FBI is scared of. We'll start here.
Who has Jeffrey Epstein's
Black Book?
Black Book?
FBI.
Oh, okay. Okay, you came out like that. Okay.
What the hell, boy?
All right, shout out to Kash Patel. Let's get into it.
But who? That is that. I mean, there's.
Oh, that's under direct control of the director of the FBI. Just like the manifesto from the Nashville school shooting
Yes.
of the Catholic school.
Yeah.
We still haven't seen that, right? It's not the Nashville police or PD saying we don't want this out. The FBI airmailed into that operation and said this is not getting out. Because they do that because this is another government gangster operation. All these local law enforcement communities get funding from the DOJ and FBI for local programs. And if you don't cooperate.
Hey, quick sidebar, not to stop him from talking. You know, I told y'all that the government moves like a gang. Like, shout out to the government, though, because the government's a necessary evil. Yes, sir. But what y'all got to understand is the government moves like a gang. So when y'all see shit like more organized crime, I'm thinking like MS-13. Shout out to MS-13. Don't kill me, my ninjas. I see you. The reason why the government has to do deals with like the drug cartels and stuff, because the drug cartels are essentially doing the same thing that the government's doing, just on a lower level and with less money. They have money, they making money, don't get me wrong, but they don't have as much access to money and they don't have as much infrastructure as the government does, because the government can move freely, whereas the drug cartels can't. They kind of can in their own territory, but when it comes to the American people and the American populace in the American states, right, they can't move the way that they move, because if they're found out, like I said, they get squashed. And the reason why they get squashed is so they can't potentially take over our government. Anyways, here we go.
Cooperate, you're not getting your $1 million for this, and you're not getting and that's a lot of money to these local districts. That's how they play the game. That's why you don't have a Black Book. Or the
So, but the Black Book is.
Another quick sidebar. Shout out to Doc Holliday. Good morning, Doc Holliday. Yes, sir. Shout out to everybody that come through. We ain't set up the chat how we normally do, but y'all hit the like button if y'all like this. We doing this. Main reason of these episodes that I'm doing of Trump's Inner Circle is because my ninjas, we need to be informed. And when I say my ninjas, I'm not just talking to my ninjas. Now I'm talking to all of us collectively as a people. I'm talking to the American people. The American people need to stay informed because we need to know who these people are. Because a lot of these people were voted in, whether or not you realize it. They weren't just given a job. Well, I mean, in this case, they were given a job, right? They were asked. But in a lot of these situations, these people get voted in. So if that's the case, we should at least know who's representing us when it comes to the bigger game being played, which is the world. Here we go. And I'm saying the global economy.
Not just sitting. I mean, that's Hoover power times 10.
And to me, that's a thing I think President Trump should run on. On day one, roll out the Black Book.
Hey, look, I want everybody to put a 1 in the chat if y'all want to see. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to see who's on the Jeffrey Epstein tapes. I'm gonna start first. I want to see my ninja. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to see who's on them tapes. All right, let's go.
And not just that. On day one, roll out all of the text message communications we were told were deleted. On day one, play the rest of the video of the pipe bomber. On day, one of the reforms I talk about in government gangsters is you need a central node to be continuously declassifying. This is another thing they do. They overclassify. And I'm telling you, as a former number 2 in the IC, they overclassify 50% of the stuff there to protect the deep state. Oh, no, you can't see that. Nothing to see here. Gina was a master at it, of doing it.
You guys know what the deep state is. A lot of you don't know what the deep state is. We've covered the deep state before, and we'll do it again because that video might be locked away. I'm not entirely sure. It probably is. But we'll tell you guys a quick sidebar what the deep state is, because a lot of people don't know, and they think this shit is conspiracies. And it's not conspiracies. This is real shit. This is real shit. On a Saturday with it. Let me pull up Google. 1 sec, y'all. All right, we're going to pull up Google. Interact. Actually, let me pull up the properties of it. Let me see. Let's get back to Google. Yeah, the deep state is a real thing, and that's why it needs to be disbanded, because it doesn't have the American people's best interests at heart. It's what you guys would call people that run the world, the elite that we don't know about. Like, the best way to describe the deep state before I look it up, think of the deep state. Shout out to you, Doc Holiday. Think of the deep state. Think of the electoral college. A lot of people don't know. The electoral college are the people that vote for us after we make our votes and cast our votes. So there's a reason why, a president can win the majority vote, but still lose the election, and that's because of the electoral college. I say deep state because the electoral college, if you guys go look it up, nobody knows who they are. And of course that's on purpose, but nobody knows who they are. So that's the deep state. And now we're going to pull it up. What is the deep state? And they call it a conspiracy, but it's not a conspiracy. It's a real thing. It's probably been going on since the 1600s. Whenever America really started to build its infrastructure, it became a thing. A body of people. So the deep state is a body of people, typically influential members of government agencies or the military, believed to be involved in the secret manipulation or control of government policy. Yes, it is, my ninjas. I'm of the opinion. I'm not going to tell you guys to believe what I believe, but on a Blac Pill, what I try and tell people is take a dose of reality, because once you put the magic glasses on, you can't take them off and you can't force nobody else to see. So I'm not telling you guys to believe it. What I tell you guys when you come on this podcast is question everything. The reason why you question everything is because nothing is just what it seems. In my song Target Practice, I always say it's all fake, even charity. I mean, imagine, kids, I'm not a kid no more. When I was a kid, my parents sheltered me from the world, right? So a lot of things I wasn't aware of. And then it became traumatic to me when I actually woke up to the nature of reality, like the nature of things. So like, for example, even charity. Charity is cool, but it's still fake, because people donate to charity just so they don't have to pay taxes. So they donate to a cause of their choice, but they donate for the people, right? For the people to like them for donating. They don't donate because they actually want to donate. Now, there are some who do. You feel what I'm saying? But that's what I mean, where it's all fake. And once you wake up to that, it's very traumatic for a person, because you start to see things for what they are and not what you want them to be. So, I mean, I think it's just part of growing up. We all go through it, but that's something that happened to me. So, yeah, according to American political conspiracy theory, we're going to use Wikipedia, even though I don't use that, because as a kid, they told us it was fake and it was not real news or real information. But according to an American political conspiracy theory, the deep state is a clandestine network of members of the federal government, especially within the FBI and CIA, working in conjunction with high-level financial and industrial entities and leaders to exercise power alongside or within the elected United States government. Now, my ninjas, quick breakdown before we get back to this ninja, Kash Patel. So what y'all got to realize, right? Y'all got to realize, like, okay, the government is in control of the United States, but the government is not really in control of the United States. The corporations are in control of the United States. You know what? Fuck it. We're doing Secret Saturdays today like how we used to. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so hear me out. So the government is not in control the way it is anymore, because the government has so much money. The corporations are in control. When I say corporations, think Facebook, Amazon, whatever. And the reason why is because of the amount of money that they produce. So Facebook, right? Facebook controls what we see. Facebook can literally say, hey, we want this to happen for the world. Mark Zuckerberg can be like, I want this to happen for the world. The government can say no. If the government chooses to say no, Facebook can choose what specific things to put out to the government, to not put out to the government. Shout out to Doc Holiday. He said, I know so many people that claim they donate 25% to the church, but they don't, and they don't even go to a church. They do it for write-off purposes, and they're going to hell. Hey, Doc Holiday.
Boy, what the hell, boy?
I'm gonna be real. I don't even donate. I don't even go to church, but I pray to God, though. I used to go to church. I was raised Catholic. But I mean, it is what it is, my ninjas. Everybody live their own life. You like I said, you get older and things change. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, guys, majority of what I'm saying is corporations run the country. And the reason why is because they have so much power. So, like I said, they're in cahoots with the government. So proof that they're in cahoots with the government, let me show you how much. Let me show you, first off, if you guys didn't know, Mark Zuckerberg donated to Donald Trump. And this was a donation more like a sorry kind of thing for like demonetizing anything that spoke about Trump. Now, I'm not saying I'm on Trump's side, but what I'm saying is I understand where Trump's coming from because I've been in certain positions that he's been in already as a younger person, as a younger adult. So I've had people try to take my life and all that stuff. And that's why I resonate so well with him. And that's why a lot of people in the black community resonate well with him, because he's doing what every black person dreams of: getting caught up, beating the case, getting out the case, and, you know, still standing tall with his hand up. So, I mean, it's a whole thing. But how much did... What's the ninja name? Oh, Mark Zuckerberg donate to Trump. So look, Mark Zuckerberg's Meta donates $1 million to Trump fund. This was last year, a month ago. You good, Mr. Holiday. Good. Yeah, the tech giant boss dined with Trump at his Mar-a-Lago resort in November, having sought to repair his and his firm's relationship with Trump following the election. So this is why I say where it's like organized crime. So think like the mob that y'all see when y'all see TV and shit, on the movies and shit, where they go and they give offerings. Like they go to the head mob boss. They be like, hey, you know, hold on, let me bring my fake money out. This is fake money, my ninjas. I'm not rocking like this. Donate to the Cash App. This is fake. Improperly trust, my ninja. Improperly trust. So yeah, you know, they come to the mob boss. You know, the mob boss sitting in the church. We're going to use the church as an example since Doc Holliday was talking about the church. So the mob boss come to the church, and the mob boss is, the people come to the church. Let's say I own a restaurant or whatever. Or let's say I have high political influences. I'm trying to become mayor. I go to the governor. I come with this. Let's say this about like 10 band. No, we're gonna say let's say it's $1 million. Act like this $1 million. I know it's not. I know it's not.
The hell, boy?
I know it's not, right? So I'm gonna come to the church, and I had this shit in a suitcase. All right, my hand is a suitcase. So I come to the church and I see the mob boss there praying, and he with his associates, and I say, can I speak to him? And they let me speak to him, and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm running for mayor. Because I'm running for mayor, you know, these are some of the laws I want to pass. I want shout out to Texas. In Texas, you can't drink past, like, you can't buy alcohol past 9 o'clock. And on Sundays, you can't buy alcohol. I'm like, hey, you know, I want to be able to buy alcohol. I want my people to be able to buy alcohol every day, you know, 24 hours a day. It's going to increase profits for us. And in turn, here's some money that we'll make. Here's the money, and I'll give you some more money. This is what they do, my ninjas. Straight like that, my ninjas. That's why I say it's organized. That's why I say shout out to the gangs and stuff. Not MS-13, but I'm saying the Bloods, the Crips. What up, cuz? What up, Blood? I'm like, bro, what y'all doing, bro? What we doing, bro? What are we doing? This is what they doing, bro. What are we doing, bro? We are not doing the right thing. So, yeah, I mean, it's just something to say. Like I said, for entertainment purposes only. Shout out to my gang bangers and my drug dealers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yeah, I mean, something to keep in mind, bro. Let's get back to cash. Something to keep in mind, bro. That's the world we live in.
And we still haven't seen half of the Russiagate report that we wrote. Still under lock and key. On how the ICA was originally constructed. We put 10,000 man-hours against John Brennan's team that did it. And we found out why they came up with their bogus conclusion. But we couldn't sell it to the world because we couldn't talk about it, and the government gangsters came in and buried it. All of these things, there needs to be a continuing central power, whether it's the White House or offsite, that says every request that comes in, just right out the door, as long as it's not a major threat to national security.
Who has Jeffrey Epstein's?
All right, so yes, sir. So I guess basically what he's saying is he wants the people to know more about what's going on. But there's a reason why the people don't know. And the reason why is because people can't handle the truth. And proof of that, you guys can go through my page and go through some of my streams, some of my big streams. People can't handle the truth. The truth is scary because, you know, the truth makes people uncomfortable. I had to learn that. Like, you know, I used to never really, like, even now, I'm starting to lie to people again because I realize people can't handle the truth. Whereas I rather seek the truth. Some people live in a beautiful lie, and that's okay. You feel me? If you got to live in that, you know, it's fine. Like, I've had people tell me, like, yo, I can't even think like that because what will be the point of life? I'm like, bro, the truth allows you to live more freely, and they rather live mentally enslaved, and that's okay. Like I said, everybody's different. So, like, I mean, what can you do, right? What can you do? But let's see what else we got popping on.
I'll give you a perfect example.
Real quick, guys. So the DOJ is the Department of Justice, for those of you who don't know. And yes, my ninja, they watching you. They watching you. Guys want proof? Just talk about something you normally don't talk about. First, this is how you do it. Get a composition notebook or get a piece of paper. Write down what you want to talk about, right? And just go have a conversation about it, or just start saying it out loud. I can put money on it. Look, I'm so serious, I can put fake money on it. You feel me? I can put some money on it, and I guarantee you start seeing that in your algorithm. Even when I go download certain apps, like let's say I'll download Fiverr, or let's say I'll download Upwork, right, to get extra work on the side. I would literally see ads from Upwork and Fiverr in my algorithm. Like I said, bro, this the world we live in, bro. And that's the thing, too. I have some other stuff. We probably talk about it tomorrow. For those of you who don't know, tomorrow's Skeptical Sundays. Skeptical Sundays is where we deep dive into certain conspiracy theories. I got some videos I want to show you guys today, but I don't know if I even downloaded them. I have to go see. They're in my, like I have videos that people send me. So they're in my DMs, and I have to download them. And shout out to everybody sending us videos. Keep sending us videos. We appreciate you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like I said, the reason why we discuss these videos, guys, is because, like I said, man, we live in America, man. Shout out to America, the best country in the world. Oh, shit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But nah, the main thing is this, man. We live in a community, man. We need to be informed about what's going on because, God forbid, something happens. Don't you want to know? Don't you want to be aware? And like I said, me doing this from an independent journalist standpoint, I am a streamer. But I'm saying from an independent journalist standpoint, I'm allowed to be more explicit. Whereas the people on the news got to say what they're reading on a teleprompter. I have no teleprompter. This off the dome. This off the top. So you dig what I'm saying? Like I said, that's why we do what we do. On Mondays, we do course correction. On Wednesdays, we do course correction. Sometimes on Mondays, we have motivational. Look, I'll give y'all some game. Not to keep stopping the video. I know y'all want to watch the video, but I'm not here to just play videos. I'm not one of them streamers. I talk. Like, I have a lot to say. So, yeah. So, I done been in court. Well, I almost had to go to trial kind of thing, right? I'm not going to tell y'all specifics. And when I had to sit down for the deposition, right, I can talk about this now because this old news probably like 3-4 years ago now. So, when I was in court, you know, they had, you know, you have to write, like you got to sign basically so they can have access to your communications, like all your stuff. So they get access to all your messages that you think you deleted. They have access to all those messages. They have access to everything you looked up. So before I had to sit at the deposition, I kind of looked up like, hey, like, you know, not that I was trying to beat the system. I'm just like, oh, like what, you know, how is this supposed to go? So I kid you not. I shit you not. God strike me down if I'm lying, I'm flying. Bro, tell me how I sit in a deposition. They ask me about what I searched up. I'm like, bro, what? This like 2-3 months before, and I deleted everything. I searched it up. They're like, hey, so like, you know, we feel like, you know, you gotta, you swear in, you can't lie under oath. They're like, hey, so like, why'd you search this up? And I was like, oh, you know, I'm sitting there because I'm shocked. I'm like, bro, I can't believe they asked me that. I'm like, bro, I searched it up because this is my first time experiencing something like this. I have no clue what I'm supposed to do. So yeah, I searched it up because I didn't know how it was supposed to go, and I didn't really, you know, you have this thing. For those of you who've been to court, you know, and gentlemen, I'm telling you this too, so you guys stay away from the legal system, ladies too, because you don't want to be dealing with the legal system and going to trial and all this stuff. So you know, you have I'm gonna call it a practice session. Like you sit with your lawyer and you practice how it's supposed to go. Like, hey, so like, you know, let's say they ask you this question. This is you preparing for the deposition. Hey, how is this supposed to go? How is this? Okay, this is what you're going to say here. You don't say too much. And the reason why you do that is because you can incriminate yourself or say something you're not supposed to say. Feel me? And if you do that, that's where you fuck up. And that's why the lawyer is supposed to speak for you, because you might think the lawyer is one thing, but for those of you who don't know, the lawyer is an officer of the court. So you see how we have police officers? Lawyers are police officers for the court. So whereas when you speak to a police officer, you don't speak till you have your lawyer present. Your lawyer speaks for you when you sit in the courtroom, right? Duh. So your lawyer is the one who knows how the court proceedings work. So you'll turn around and say the wrong thing, whereas the way you said it and the way the lawyer said it is not the same thing, because there's two different types of jargon. So there's legal jargon and then there's the American English language, right? So when it comes to the American English language, there are words in American dictionary that are not the same in the legal dictionary. And I tell people this all the time. Once I understood this, I said, oh shit. So like I said, when I sat down at the deposition, it was like, hey, so, you know, we're gonna pull up, like they pulled it up in a paper and showed it to me. Like, hey, so we have you at this time during this day looking up this. Can you answer the reason as to why you did that? And I look at my lawyer, and my lawyer's like, answer the question. And I'm like, oh shit. And I just told him, I said, hey man, I had no clue what to expect. I'm not trying to play anybody. I just looked it up because, you know, I didn't want to say the wrong thing. And, you know, they let it go. But at first, like I said, they wanted to take it to trial. They wanted to make it seem like I planned the whole thing. And I was like, bro, I ain't playing shit. I ain't playing shit. It was like, yeah, you planned everything. This is all a scheme that you're trying to pull. And they wanted to take it to trial. And I said, nah. And I asked my dad, because we was going to take it to trial. And my dad was like, yeah, don't do that, because you might not win in a courtroom full of your peers. And that's what I'm saying, where you become older and you understand things. So I may be able to speak like this, but, and I tell my brother this too, and this is free game, ladies and gentlemen. You guys got to understand what the world sees you as. So you can see yourself as one thing, but the world will still see you a certain kind of way. And because of that, that can influence the way people look at you. But for example, people think I'm thugging because I got my hair grown, right? I'm just growing my hair because I'm going to go bald in the future. I know that my dad is bald, right? You know, people see me thugging whenever I walk through the streets because I'm big and black, 6'1", 200 and something pounds, 250 pounds. I got my hair long, I got muscle, so they think I'm a thug in the streets. I'm an intellectual, but I don't turn around and throw that out because I don't need to force that on people. It's just something they'll see if they get to know me. You feel me? So like I said, main thing is you don't know what people are seeing you as, so you have to be mindful. You got to pay attention to how people look at you, because then you'll start to understand what they see you as. And at the same time, to bring it back full circle, when it comes to the FBI, yeah, man, they're watching people. I'm not saying they watching you, but I'm saying, like, look, fam, if you up to no good, but you're a low-level player, please believe me when I tell you they know about you. They're either building a case on you, or you're just not as relevant to where they need to watch you. But they know about what's going on because they have to know. It's their job. You feel me? All right, here we go. All right, that's it for that video. Let me see. We got one more, and then I'm going to do a little read about it. Ooh, shout out to, what's the little baby name? But she like white guys, though. What's her name? Candace Owens. Shout out to Candace Owens. Yes, sir. I be said here that they all keep talking about, but I think they bullshitting, is the fact where they're making it seem like they want government deregulation. Because the way Republicans move based off of the idea of conservatism, I feel like, I don't know, I guess when it comes to the money, like money going into their pockets, they want government deregulation, but I'm pretty sure they want rules and regulations. They don't want, because that's the whole democratic idea, right? And the democratic idea is reform, but more so it's a new age, it's a new day, we have a new lifestyle, new way to live, very progressive. Democrats are very progressive, whereas the Republicans are not as they're not as progressive. So it's kind of weird. I want to see how it happens. I mean, we're gonna see, right? It is what it is. Shout out to Trump. Trump won. Y'all know what it is, man. Yes, sir. Shout out to Trump. He won. But it's like I said, it's just shocking to me that they keep talking about being progressive. I want to see what happens, but we'll see. We ain't got no choice. We'll see. Shout out to the Republicans. Always, guys. Always think Star Wars. Think the Republic and then the Separatists. Those of y'all who didn't see Star Wars, you don't know. But shout out to Star Wars. That was the shit. Think if you've seen Harry Potter, think Gryffindor and Slytherin, right? So Gryffindor was the good guys. Slytherin wasn't really the bad guys, but they were kind of bad. They weren't bad, but they were still the cool kids. But at the same time, they had money and all that. They had the brotherhood, line, the blood succession, whatever. That's kind of Republicans. Democrats are the same thing too, but Democrats are more supposedly the good guys. Democrats are not the good guys either. Like I said, they all work for the same people, and they're all related. If you didn't know, majority of the people who've been president. Let me show you guys this real quick before we continue, because people don't know. Let me show you guys this. I'm about to shock you right now. I'm about to shock you. Like I said on the Blac Pill, we expose the truth. I'm about to shock you. My Google always got to show up like that. How many presidents are related? How unusual is it for a father and son to become president of the United States? No, that's not it. With the exception, and this is Wikipedia, so I don't know if we can trust it, but with the exception of Martin Van Buren and possibly Dwight D. Eisenhower, every president, say that one more time, every president has ancestors from the British Isles. Van Buren was of Dutch, blah, blah, blah. Ancestral background, blah, blah, blah. blah, blah, blah. I just want to get a straight up. Let me see. I just want a straight up, let me see. I just want a straight up answer. Let me see. Presidential cousins. All 45 presidents are related. More about the false discovery being, discovered. They keep saying false, but they all seem to be related. I want to see. It was something that I pulled up where it said, with the exception of 2 presidents, even Barack Obama is related to these niggas. So sit there and think about it for yourself. Hold on. And I think Trump is not related to them. President are related. Let me see. Several U.S. presidents are related to each other, including father-son pairs, grandfather-grandson pairs, and other relatives. So we got John Adams, John Quincy Adams, George H. Bush, George W. Bush, William Henry Harrison, Benjamin Harrison, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt, James Madison, Zachary Taylor, Abraham Lincoln, George W. Bush, Jimmy Carter, George Washington. They were 9th cousins. Surprising family links of U.S. presidents. Here we go. We're going to verify it. We'll accept the cookies. Blah, blah, blah. Genealogy has a way of surprising you when you start piecing together your family tree on ancestry. Blah, 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 blah. So Frederick Douglass Roosevelt was related to at least 11 presidents overall. Just get to the point, man. Get to the point. They don't want to get to the point, but majority of these people are all related to each other. Okay? We just going to say that. We're going to leave it there because I'm not going to waste my time proving my point about this stupid shit. It is what it is, my ninja. You ninjas still vote, right? So, hey.
Now you...
Yeah, so I put it in the chat just so I don't forget. The majority of presidents are related, just like the music industry, just like basketball, just like football. The only difference is now because of social media and cameras, everybody can see it now. And that's why it's not coming as a shock to me. I've been peep game. And that's why I say it's all fake, even charity. Because you would think that, yeah, you know, there's a chance of, you know, you can make it and all that. You can make it, but the odds are stacked against you. The odds are stacked against you. The odds are stacked against you. And this is where talent comes in. Talent comes in at this point. Talent and luck. And that comes from, what is it called? Consistency, dedication, and opportunity. When all these things come together, boom, you just might make it. And the reason why, like I said, you know, they've been talking about basketball. I'm going to bring it back full circle. They've been saying how in basketball, people aren't watching as much. And the reason why is because we don't see people that look like us. So the people that came from the ground, right, that didn't have nothing, they didn't have anything, you know, they came from the dirt. Like people like LeBron James, he ain't come from nothing and then he turned it into something. You see what I'm saying? Now, it's like nepotism. Nepotism is a big thing now. It is what it is. But like I said, I felt like it's always been there with the music industry. If you go look up how many people are related in the music industry, you'll be shocked. Because we're talking about politics today, I'm not going to look it up. But if you come on another show, I'll show you guys, or you can look it up yourself. And like I said, if you figure it out, hit that like button for me, my ninjas. I appreciate you. All right, let's let little baby Candace Owens, no disrespect to her husband. Shout out to Candace Owens. I know you like white guys. I'm not going to say anything, but we'll let you speak. Here we go.
You see them, now you don't. I love the idea of shutting down the Hoover office building, especially if you know the backstory of, there is never, just so we're clear, there has never been a period in American history when the FBI wasn't corrupt. It is so strange to me that they have just been allowed to exist for so long. There's so many ways in which Trump could put an end to all of that. Not just Kash Patel. Trump could unilaterally just be like, hey, we're done with the FBI, and he should, because they were behind killing Martin Luther King Jr. That's not okay. The FBI, the CIA, they've all been implicit in so many crimes. What they've really been doing is we've turned them.
All right, so look, this is a verifiable source. Shout out to Candace Owens. She's published books and she discusses things like this all the time. So now when you ninjas hear it from me, don't think I'm just making ish up. This is real ish. Here we go.
It's basically a gang that became the government. Like they're allowed to impart all of.
Y'all see what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Shout out to the Blac Pill. Please understand, guys, I don't have the time to sit there and go look this up, watch these videos, and come back and memorize these videos, and then come and tell you guys this stuff. It just makes sense how they're able to have this kind of power and influence over society. What I would like to know, right? I would like to know the people who have the money, that have so much money that we don't know who they are. Like, you know, they don't exist. Like, they paid to make sure their name's not on the list of the most richest people. I want to meet those people. Here we go.
these crimes on American citizens. And there's nothing you can do. There's no system here where you go, okay, well, whatever. We're the deep state. We can do whatever we want. We can prosecute Americans. We can harass Americans. We can spy on Americans like they did with Martin Luther King Jr. Anybody that we don't like, we can just ruin their lives. It needs to end. It really does need to end. And by the way, Hunter Biden's pardon, there's a lot of people who were involved in Burisma. There are many more individuals that are going to be brought to heel over all the corruption of what went down in Ukraine. That's what they're fearful of. They're going to try to block this, stop this. It's actually not going to matter because Trump could, no matter what, I think he could put him in there for at least like 150 days, and that's all he needs. He could put them in there temporarily. Fire the current FBI director, put in Kash Patel temporarily for 150 days and allow him to go in there with absolute fire. So I personally look forward to it. I think it's going to happen. They're obviously going to try to block it. Everybody they're trying to block, we should be wanting to be confirmed. Him, Tulsi Gabbard. We'll see what Trump does, but I'm looking forward to it is all I'll say.
I'd shut down the FBI Hoover.
My bad, y'all. The dog tripping. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, Kash Patel is an interesting individual. We can't stay on him too long. Already did. Big pause. That sounded weird.
But what the hell, boy?
All right, but I mean, it's Saturday. I can be here a little longer. Let's go back to Google. And we're going to look up some quick information about him. Let me see. And like I said, man, I hate to be that ninja, man, but could y'all hit the like button, bro? I don't know if you guys are hitting it or not. That's why I keep saying it. Like, I'm in the program. I'm not actually on the internet. I'm on the internet streaming, but I'm not in the live control room where I can see how many likes I'm getting. So y'all do me that favor, please, bro. And like I said, not trying to be that ninja, but the reason why is because that's the only way the show gets seen by more people. Shit, if you don't like what I'm saying, hit the dislike button. It's all good, my ninja. It's all good. Relax, Melody. All right, so who is Kash Patel? All right, so he's the former chief of staff to acting Secretary of Defense Christopher Miller and is responsible for leading the secretary's mission. And this is on the U.S. Department, the U.S. State's government website. All right, so Mr. Patel, yeah, this ninja look. Shout out to Kash Patel. This ninja look dangerous. They be saying black people look dangerous, bro. White people look bro. All y'all ninjas look dangerous, bro. This ninja look dangerous, bro. But that's a good thing. We need him there if he's dangerous. Mr. Patel, sir, do I look dangerous? I feel like I look like a kid. If I shave my beard, I look like a 20-year-old. Mr. Patel served as the former chief of staff to acting Secretary of Defense Christopher Miller and is responsible for leading the secretary's mission at the department, including his executive staff and providing counsel to the secretary on all matters concerning the department's operations. Previously, Mr. Patel served as Deputy Assistant to the President and Senior Director for Counterterrorism, CT, at the National Security Council. In that capacity, Mr. Patel oversaw the execution of several of President Donald J. Trump's top priorities, including eliminating ISIS and al-Qaeda's leadership, such as al-Baghdadi and Qasim al-Rimi, and the safe repatriation of numerous American hostages. Yes, sir. Shout out to Mr. Patel. He also served as the principal duty to the acting director of national intelligence, where he oversaw the operation of all 17 intelligence community agencies and provided the president's daily briefing. All right, so yeah, as far as I know, Mr. Patel is the man for the job. He gets the dub. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to Kash. And like I said, quick synopsis or quick run back. Let me see. Hold up, my ninjas. Yeah, he's the Secretary of Defense. He's the former Chief of Staff to the Secretary of Defense and known for his close ties to Trump. He has a track record in intelligence and defense-related roles, including handling classified materials. So shout out to him. Yes, sir. Now we're going to get to John Ratcliffe. And then John Ratcliffe. We have Tulsi Gabbard, and we have Tom Homan. Who's supposed to do ladies first? I forgot about Tulsi. Oh, shit. My bad, Miss Tulsi. Ladies first, usually. All right, so John Ratcliffe, here we go. That's where they be trying to hack my computer. If y'all see the way my mouse be moving, and this is a brand new computer. All right, let me see. Who is this ninja, John Ratcliffe? John Rat. Oh, he's being investigated? Uh-oh. Calls out Adam Smith Hunter's lab. What? Claims during explosive, blah, 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 blah. Passed the pledge. He'll put partisan views aside as CIA director. I guess he's supposed to be CIA director. Here we go.
Thank you, Mr. Ratcliffe. Colleagues, I'll remind you that we'll move on to questions now for 5 minutes each in order of seniority at the gavel. When we conclude this open session, we'll have a 30-minute break and move directly into a closed session. Mr. Ratcliffe, the director of the CIA has 4 responsibilities under the law. 1, collecting foreign intelligence and counterintelligence. 2, correlating, evaluating, disseminating that intelligence. 3, directing and coordinating all human intelligence collection outside the U.S. And 4, performing other intelligence functions as directed by the president. The way I count those 4 responsibilities, at least 3 of them, are about collecting foreign intelligence. And I said in my opening statement that collecting foreign intelligence is the core mission of the CIA. Do you agree that it's the core mission of the CIA to aggressively and unapologetically collect foreign intelligence, which is to steal the secrets of our adversaries to protect this nation?
I do, Senator. It's why in my opening I said we would go to every corner of the globe, no matter how dark or difficult to do that. Look, I know this.
Heavy. That was heavy. So y'all, do y'all think the CIA's job is to steal other government secrets? I'm of the opinion that yes, they should, my ninja. Yes, sir. Yes, they should. Look, y'all sitting here worried about TikTok being banned, bro. Do you know much, bro? Y'all ever peep that we can't see into China's server unless we go search for it, whereas they can see everything that we're doing as Americans? Do y'all not understand we are at war here? I'm not saying like, oh my God, we have to fight. I'm saying we are at war. The war has changed. It's 5th generation of warfare now. And we'll explain that another time. You can go through my old videos. But like I said, my ninjas, hell yeah, the CIA need to do that. And shout out to this ninja. For those of y'all who don't know him, like I said, I'm learning all these people too. This is news to me. This the ninja right here in the middle. What's his name? John Ratcliffe. He's in the middle. Next is Tulsi Gabbard. And then last is Tom Holland, man that everybody's been waiting for. All right, here we go.
This committee knows well that on this issue with regard to the collection of human intelligence, we're not where we're supposed to be. And other agencies collect human, but CIA is the world's premier and must be the world's premier clandestine collector of human intelligence. And yes, there are challenges. We've talked about some of those, ubiquitous technical surveillance, but some of it, Senator, I believe is an issue of making it a priority and focus and execution. You mentioned in your opening a former director once recently said that the CIA does not steal secrets, and I think that was demoralizing to the Directorate of Operations. So I'm here to publicly say that if confirmed, that's exactly what the CIA is going to do. Good decisions are hostage to good information and good intelligence. And the better we do at collecting human intelligence, the better decisions you all can make, the better analytic judgments analysts can make, and the fewer intelligence lapses or failures that you highlighted, Mr. Chairman, will occur if we embrace that as a priority.
Thank you. With intelligence collection as the core mission of the CIA, then I presume you agree in my opening statement that the people who collect the intelligence are the main effort in the agency. Everyone else is a supporting effort. Important jobs, to be sure, but a supporting effort. Is that right?
Yes.
Do we need to increase the ratio of people in that main effort who are collecting intelligence to the people who are supporting it or using and harnessing what they produce?
Well, to the point of what the core mission is and increasing human intelligence, one of the things that, if confirmed, I'll spend some time. As you know, I've had the opportunity to go out to the agency a few times as a nominee, but if confirmed, I do want to spend time looking at that, Senator, in terms of the ratios and how resources are being deployed, the structure in which those resources exist currently, and whether or not that needs to change to improve our performance.
Thank you. Let's talk a little bit about analytic objectivity.
We got to hit the applause on that one. My bad, I muted myself. That was heavy. Yes, sir. Hey, my ninjas, when y'all see me, bruh, I'm on the side of my people. I'm on the side of the people that are on the side of me. I'm on the side of America because I live here. Always believe that. So when y'all see me, I might seem a bit abrasive when I talk about America in comparison to the rest of the countries. I love the rest of the countries. You know, anybody that catches strays, my bad, y'all. Like, you know, no disrespect. But I'm saying I'm on the side of the people that's on the side of me. And I live on this soil. So I'm on this side. Get in. All right, here we go.
At the CIA, that starts with you. You have a partisan background. We all on this dais have partisan backgrounds. We've thrown partisan punches as much as the next guy has. It also is not without precedent. Republican politicians have taken over this job before. George H.W. Bush or Mike Pompeo, Democratic politicians like Leon Panetta have taken it over. I think, for the record, all three of them were pretty good at the job. Can you assure the committee, your workforce at the agency, the American people, that despite your partisan background in politics, you'll set aside those partisan views and that you will be someone who can effectively lead the agency in delivering the intelligence and analysis that the President and the Congress depends on?
I can, Mr. Chairman. While I enjoyed my time in Congress.
And that's it for that video. Yes, guys, and that's the main thing. You see, I want you guys to understand the reason why I'm even doing these videos, because the overall message I want you guys to take away is that we need to be informed of who's taking care of us. And when I say us, I mean the American people collectively. You know, they try and divide us, color, skin, the way that we think, but we all live here. So, you know, I grew up in a time where it was like, I'm proud to be an American, or at least I know I'm free. And things change, and it's okay that things change. It's part of life, right? But the main thing is, yeah, we got to find a common ground somewhere, because if we don't, we are cooked. The country's already been sold out, right? We already know that. If you know that, like I said, put a 1 in the chat. But it's like I said, bro. We got to find a common ground, bro, or else we're cooked. We are cooked. Anyways, John Ratcliffe. Get into it. Go on Google. Let's see. I think Kash Patel was the most interesting out of everybody. Let me see. People that I liked. I liked the way. I mean, I'm going to say the women. I'm sorry.
But what the hell, boy?
Yeah, I was finna say I like Susie. I like the way she looked. I like Candace. I like what's the other lady? Christine? Homan? In my last stream, that one, she takes very good care of herself. They look nice. I'm going to just leave it there. We have to be respectful here. These people are in power. They could probably off me. But yeah, so what we looking at? Okay, John Ratcliffe. Why are we all in caps, man? Gotta chill with that. Who is John Ratcliffe? All right, so John Ratcliffe is the former United States Director of National Intelligence. He's a Trump loyalist. Let me see, Trump loyalist. All AI mind reading, blah blah blah. I just want some information on this ninja. All right, hold on. Gotta pull up. All right, so the Honorable John Ratcliffe. John Ratcliffe grew up in Mount Prospect, Illinois, and served as a co-chair of the Center for American Security. Most recently, he served as the 6th Director of National Intelligence, the DNI, under President Donald Trump. In that role, Ratcliffe served as the leader of the United States intelligence community and principal intelligence advisor to President Trump. As America's top spy, Ratcliffe successfully deployed covert and clandestine intelligence assets to remove numerous designated terrorist leaders from the battlefield, led a shift in the United States intelligence community priorities to better position the U.S. for success in the great power competition with China, and designated space as a priority intelligence domain by adding the United States Space Force as the 18th member of the intelligence community. Heavy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is heavy. In recognition of his national security achievements, President Trump awarded Ratcliffe the National Security Medal, the nation's highest honor for distinguished achievement in the field of intelligence and national security. Prior to his nomination and confirmation as DNI, Ratcliffe served in Congress for over 5 years as the United States Representative for the 4th Congressional District of Texas. Shout out to Texas. We out here right now. You know what it is. T. Big T. This is not the devil sign. This is the Longhorn sign. If you know, you know, my ninja. And if you don't, all right. Anyways, where was I? Texas. I lost myself. Getting too excited. Oh yeah. As a congressman, he was a leading policymaker on national security issues. As a member of the House Intelligence and Judiciary Committees, and as a cybersecurity chairman on the Homeland Security Committee. Say that 5 times fast. The son of 2 school teachers and the youngest of 6, John was born in Illinois, but got to Texas as fast as I could. He and his family reside in Heath, Texas, where John previously served as a mayor for 8 years. Hey, man. Hey, do he like black people? That's the real thing. That's the real, you know, everybody wondering that. I mean, the people that look like me, that's what I'm wondering. If he like black people, he's cool in my book. He's cool in my book, from what I heard. All right, let's see what they said he was being investigated. Look at that real quick. John Ratcliffe investigation. Here we go. What is he investigated for? Here we go.
Today we face what may be the most challenging national security.
Nope. Here we go.
Approximately 50,000 text messages that I've seen with your personal beliefs like F Trump, stop Trump, impeach Trump. Go ahead and confirm on the record that none of that occurred on an official FBI device or on official FBI time. Go ahead and do that.
Sir, no, they did. Many of them did.
Oh, they did. Okay, so
50,000, sir.
So really, no, I'll give you a chance at the end. So what you really meant to say was that when you said you never crossed that bright, inviolable line, what you meant to say was, except for 50,000 times, except for hundreds of times a day where I went back and forth, expressing my personal opinions about effing Trump and stopping Trump and impeaching Trump on official FBI phones on official FBI time. Other than that, you never crossed that line. I'm sure there are 13,000 FBI agents out there that are beaming with pride at how clearly you've drawn that line. Agent Strzok, are you starting to understand why some folks out there don't believe a word you say, and why it's especially troubling that you, of all people, are at the center of the 3 highest profile investigations in recent times that involve President Trump, and that you were in charge of an investigation investigating, gathering evidence against Donald Trump, a subject that you hated, that you wanted to F.
But what the hell, boy?
Yo, hey, he turned up. What I was to say, hey, bro. So look, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, pull up, huddle up. That's why I tell y'all, you don't have to move through the world like, oh my God, I can't do anything. But be mindful what you say, bro. Be mindful what you say, because people will use it against you, bro. If they get the chance, they will try and use it against you. I had to learn that myself, and I'm still young. You know, I'm coming up in the game in my mid-20s, starting to approach my late 20s. But yeah, bro. Yeah, y'all got to be mindful, bro.
F him, to stop him, to impeach him. And do you see why that might call into question everything you've touched on all of those investigations? Chairman.
See, all it takes is one message, and they gonna turn around and act like, bro, you this bad person. And it's not that. They use it, it's like a smear campaign, right? They use it to paint a picture of you. And it's like, okay, they're painting this picture, and it's like, hey. Social media always blows things out of proportion. See. Like I said, this ninja sound like a loyalist to Trump. So, I mean, when it comes to Trump, I'm sure he's happy to have him there. He calls out Ratcliffe. Let's see what this is. CIA director nominee John Ratcliffe calls out Adam Schiff for lying about Hunter Biden's laptop. Okay, now this is something interesting.
In 2020, when a chairman of an intelligence committee misrepresented that a laptop owned by then candidate Biden's son was somehow a Russian intelligence operation, and 51 former intelligence officials used the.
And real quick, for the Democratic supporters that are here, first off, I'm not Republican. If anything, I'm an independent. But let me just say, boy, do I have to even say it? Boy, shout out to Joe Biden, the gangster. Yes, sir. When they call black people thugs and I see Joe Biden, I'm like, yo, my ninja, or Mr. President, with the utmost respect, you are a thug. Joe Biden is a thug, bro. Joe Biden moves like a crime boss, bro. And if I was to say that to him, that ninja would probably cuss me out, bro. But shout out to our president for the last few days. You know what it is. Here we go.
imprimatur of icy authority to go along with that, I stood in the breach. I stood alone and told the American people the truth about that. So I think my record in terms of speaking truth to power and defending the intelligence community and its good work is very clear. And what I can assure you is those types of instances, if I'm in that position as CIA director and have to do that again, as uncomfortable as that can be, to be accused, the truth will ultimately defend itself, and I think that that intelligence will as well. In 2020,
big facts. That was big facts. Yes, sir. Truth will always defend itself, but even then, we live in a society when it comes to like cases and shit. That's why I say, ladies and gentlemen, you got to be careful. You know, people can lie on you, and until the truth comes out, bro, they will paint this picture of you that is just insane. So that's pretty much it for John Ratcliffe. I think he got the dub. He got the dub. Let me see something. Hold up. Like I said, so with John Ratcliffe, we seen who he was. Seems like a good ninja. Hopefully he likes ninjas, right? Next we have Tulsi Gabbard, or is it Tulsi Gabbard? For those of y'all who don't know, and I'm referring to my brothers and sisters of all colors, Tulsi is this lady in the white. Shout out to Miss Tulsi. Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to Miss Tulsi. She seems cool. I've seen her before, and she's actually, I heard her speaking, and she's the reason why I wanted to do these episodes, because I was like, man, who is this person? She sounds very eloquent and sophisticated. I wanted to see who she was, and then that's what made me come up with the idea, all right, let's look at Trump's inner circle. So now we're going to do Tulsi Gabbard. Let's see what she's about. Is that her name? Oh, this is her? Yeah. Yeah, we love dangerous women out here. It's just a black thing. You wouldn't know unless you know. Yes, sir. We like the dangerous women. All right, let me see.
I'm going to start with something that I think is also important about facts, because recently on your show here...
I was just going to get to that.
Good. Helping you out.
You want me to ask you the question?
Yeah. No, look, some of you have accused me of being a traitor to my country, a Russian asset, a Trojan horse, or a useful idiot, I think was the term that you used.
That's rude. Here we go.
Which basically means that I'm naive or lack intelligence to know what's going on.
They use that.
I want to let your viewers know exactly who I am.
All right.
Set the record straight. I am a...
All right. For those of you who don't know, this is Tulsi Gabbard.
Patriot. I love our country. I am a strong and intelligent woman of color, and I have dedicated almost my entire...
Shout out to Miss Tulsi.
But what the hell, boy?
Did Miss Tulsi say a woman of color? Did I hear that correctly? Did I hear that correctly? Hey, maybe she is, bro. But you know, when everybody say color, bro, y'all gotta remember, bro, without this light, I am dark. So when people say color, I always look like, what you talking about there, bro? What you trying to say, bro? You trying to be funny? All right, we're gonna run that back a little bit. Hold on.
I think was the term that you used, which basically means that I'm naive or lack intelligence to know what's going on.
They use that.
I want to let your viewers know exactly who I am.
All right.
Set the record straight. I am a patriot. I love our country. I am a strong and intelligent woman of color, and I have dedicated almost my entire adult life to protecting the safety, security, and the freedom of all Americans in this country. It was the attacks on 9/11.
Heavy.
Getting a little bit far ahead of ourselves, but Franklin Graham finds you refreshing. He doesn't find me refreshing.
Hey, look, hey, I ain't even gonna say it, but yeah, she do look refreshing in comparison to you, Miss Lady. But you still okay, Miss Lady. Shout out to Miss Lady. I don't know who she is. Y'all put in the chat her name. I don't watch these people. I don't even have time to watch TV. I got my own life I'm trying to build. But shout out to Miss Tulsi for her age. You know, we're not allowed to say women's age, but clearly she's an older woman. She looks like she takes care of herself well. Here we go.
Richard Spencer, the white nationalist leader, says he could vote for you.
Joy, this is why,
you're on top.
I'm a black nationalist. I'm not, though, but I have Make Black Great Again. That's what the hat says, if you guys don't know. I'd vote for her too because I like the way she looks. I'm one of them. Yes, sir.
Carlson at least 10 times. Why don't you go on Chris Wallace's show?
This is why I'm here, because you and other people continue to spread these innuendos that have nothing to do with who I am.
Well, Hillary Clinton started it, and then you shot back at her, boy. You called her the queen of warmongers.
You doubled down, unfortunately, you doubled down on the baseless accusations that she made that strikes at the core of who I am. I'm a soldier. Because of the attacks on 9/11, I enlisted in the military.
Woo! She a soldier. Let's go. Woo! Yes, sir. That's what we need.
To go after and defeat and destroy the evil that visited us on that day.
We actually have the clip of Hillary Clinton, just to put this in context of what we're talking about. Let's take a look at that.
I'm not making any predictions, but I think they've got their eye on somebody who's currently in the Democratic primary and are grooming her to be the third party candidate. She's the favorite of the Russians. They have a bunch of, sites and bots and other ways of supporting her so far. And that's assuming Jill Stein will give it up, which she might not, because she's also a Russian asset.
So really? I mean, this is outrageous. This is outrageous and offensive on so many levels. I've served as a
Now, I don't know whether or not this is true, right? We don't know until we see it, right? One thing is, there's just something to be said about Trump's relationship with Putin. We don't know where it stands right now. We're going to find out more details after Monday. Like I said, my ninjas, when we get to Tom Homan, bro, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday about to be crazy. It's about to be crazy, bro. But anyways, here we go.
member of Congress now for almost 7 years, receiving high-level national security and intelligence briefings, serving on the Foreign Affairs Committee, the Armed Services Committee, the Homeland Security Committee, working to ensure the safety and security of the people of this country.
Are you surprised, though, that when people see bots and things and all the things that we've sort of been seeing heading your way, that people have these questions? Because she's not the only one. Hillary, I don't think, is the only one. So what she's saying is she feels they are grooming you. You're saying nobody's grooming me. I'm doing what I'm doing because I'm a soldier and a patriot.
It's offensive to me as a soldier, as an American, as a member of Congress, as a veteran, and frankly, as a woman, to be so demeaned in such a way.
But you called her the personification of rock.
So demeaned
She's a woman
in such
too.
a way. Well, I'm pointing to the fact that she has continued this legacy of being the world's police around the world, that has waged wars costing the lives of thousands of my brothers and sisters in uniform. I'm speaking out against.
Hey, one thing about it, like I said, she know how to talk. That's what made me want to start all this. She know how to talk, boy. He can talk a good game. Yes, sir. Here we go.
That and
What's
to
your evidence
change
to that?
to change. Well, can I?
Are you serious?
Let's hear it. Are you serious?
Let's hear it.
I served in the war
Not
in
you,
Iraq.
her. You're saying that she's
exactly.
she's a
I served
warmonger. How do
in
you
the
come
war
up with
in
that?
Iraq
Yeah.
that she championed. She championed a regime change
Did
war
you not
in
believe
Libya.
in that war?
I believe the lies that were told to us.
Well, so did she.
It is indisputable. It is indisputable to say anything other than the fact that Hillary. Let me just close this out. That Hillary Clinton, throughout her career, has led with a foreign policy of interventionism and being the world's police, going and toppling dictators in other countries that has caused such destruction and loss of life. I'm against that. I want to start with
heavy. I mean, like I said, it's a conversation that might go over a lot of people's heads. I never served in the war. Shout out to all our veterans. Yes, sir. There were many instances where veterans came out and said they were lied to, and they have to deal with that PTSD and that trauma. So, like I said, that was heavy. That was a heavy conversation. Let's see another one. But yeah, Miss Tulsi, like I said, we like, I'm not gonna say we need a soldier, but we like a woman that's able to take care of herself and defend herself and offend us if need be. That's the world we live in now. I'm a man, ninja. I'm gonna defend myself, but like I said, we like a strong woman now. She's strong though, but I'm saying a strong woman now. Yeah, she seems to take care of herself well. Now we need to figure out if she's compromised, because everybody keeps saying that she's compromised. So is this propaganda? That's the real question. We'll play one more and then we're gonna look her up.
I didn't tell a soul. I didn't tell my best friends in Washington what I was going to do because I trusted no one. We set up an interview, a live interview on Sunday Meet the Press. Didn't tell them what I was going to say, just that I had a big announcement to make. 30 seconds before I...
Hey, look, real quick. You see how she said she trusted no one? I think the reason why I like her so much is because I feel the same way. This is backwards, but what it says is trust no one. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. And just so you ninjas know, right? Just so you ninjas know, this is not planned. This is just, if anything, it was God's plan. So I didn't plan to have this ready. I just seen it right there because it's something I have laying around. And, you know, that's just from my music stuff. But yeah, I think we're on the same page here. Here we go.
I was about to walk out on the stage. I clicked send on an email to Debbie Wasserman Schultz and the other vice chairs saying I am resigning effective immediately, and here's why. Went on there, made the announcement Sunday morning, went back to work in Congress on Monday, and I lost track of how many of my Democrat colleagues just said, Tulsi, you just committed political suicide. One of them who had endorsed Barack Obama very early on in 2008 over Hillary Clinton, he said, Tulsi, you need to know that there is actually a shit list. I know because I was on it, and it will take you at least a decade to get off that list. Just
woo, shit. I know I'm on TikTok's hit list. You guys know I'm shadow banned in a lot of places. That's why I tell y'all hit that like button. I'm shadow banned. That's why I don't be trying to be that dude. The reason why I'm shadow banned is because I stand for something, and that's what I try and tell everybody. Stand for something or else you'll fall for anything. Anyway, shout out to Miss Tulsi. We're going to pull her up on Google, read about her, and then we're going to get to the main event, Mr. Tom Homan. Because, boy, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday about to go crazy, bruh. Shout out to the immigrants. Love you guys. We love everybody here. What did he say? I love it all. Big pause. Big pause. Let me see. All right, so who is Tulsi Gabbard? I'm saying, though, if she was compromised, wouldn't she get arrested? Oh, she's 43. Yes, sir. I mean, she's too old for me, though. She's older than me. She's older than me. My bad. Shout out to the older women. But, I don't deal with older women. I don't want to be, like, put in that position because they son you. For the ninjas who don't know, when you deal with older women, she's sonning you, bro. She's sonning you. Shout out to the older women. We still love you, though. Like, I'm not going to say anything because, like I said, this is a fine line, and this is somebody who's in a high position of power. But if she would like to have dinner with me, I'd have dinner with her. All right, so this is from Iowa State University, the Archives of Women's Political Communication. She went to this school, who knows? All right, so Tulsi Gabbard, she was born April 12th, so she's an Aries. I'm a Sagittarius. We're compatible. I'm just playing, guys. I'm just playing. All right, so anyways, her career was the United States House of Representatives, 2013 to 2021, Honolulu City Council, 2011 to 2012, Hawaii State Legislator, 2002 to 2004. Yeah, like I said, she's well decorated. Tulsi Gabbard served as the representative for Hawaii's second Congress. Blah, 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 blah. My bad, y'all. Tulsi Gabbard served as the representative for Hawaii's second Congress.
But what the hell, boy?
Them tongue twisters do it to you. Congressional, right? Hawaii's second congressional district from 2013 to 2021. First American Samoan. Oh shit, she's Samoan. Oh shit. She is black. She is black. Oh shit. She's Samoan, and that's why she's tough, and now it all just made sense. That's why she's in the military. Yo, Samoan women, fuck you up, bro. It will fuck you up. All right, anyways, first American Samoan congresswoman and first practicing Hindu member of Congress. Oh, wow. She practices Hinduism. In February 2019, she announced her candidacy for the Democratic nomination for President of the United States, the first female combat veteran to run for the United States. She suspended her presidential campaign on March 19, 2020, so she wanted to be president, okay? She was born April 12th, American Samoa. Lilo Aloha. She received a BA in Business Administration from Hawaii Pacific University in 2009. Her father, Mike Gabbard, has been a member of Hawaii State Senate since 2006. As a teenager, she co-founded Healthy Hawaii Coalition, okay, a nonprofit grassroots organization whose mission is to protect the environment and improve individual and community health. In 2002, she became the youngest person ever elected to the Hawaii State Legislature, representing District 42 in West Oahu through 2004. In 2003, she enlisted in the Hawaii Army National Guard, completing her basic training between legislative sessions. In July 2004, she was deployed for a 12-month tour in Iraq. In 2007, she graduated from the Accelerated Officer Candidate School at Fort McClellan. Boy, these words, boy, I gotta start reading again. Reading with Black Adam, bro. My bad. Alabama, where she was the first woman to finish as a distinguished honor graduate in the Academy's 50-year history. From 2007 to 2009, she served as a legislative aide to the U.S. Senator Daniel K. Akaka. Yeah, boy, these words, boy. I know y'all see it. In 2009, she was deployed to Kuwait, training counterterrorism units. So, like I said, she's well decorated. More of the story. Does she get the dub, guys? I'm gonna give her the dub. I like the way she is. She got the dub. All right. Now let's get to the last one, the one everybody's been waiting for. Tom Homan. The reason why Tom Homan is such a big deal. Hold on, where's Win? All right, so Win. Tom Homan, right? This ninja right here. Tom Homan is the ninja to the far right, right next to Tulsi. And the reason why we're waiting on him is because he's a big deal because he's considered the border czar. Czar as in CZAR. Yeah, man, he got a lot of plans for deportation, mass deportations, him and Trump. Shoot, like I said, Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, they gonna write over 100 executive orders, supposedly. I don't know if it's true, supposedly. But Tom Homan, let's get into it. Okay, let me see. And like I said, man, if y'all like what we doing, man, not to be that ninja, but you know what you gotta hit. It begins with an L and it ends with an E. The like button, bro. The like button. Oh, I put Tom Holland. Yeah, their names always be confusing. Tom Homan. All right. What happens on all right, so Tom Homan. All right, well, first we'll start here. Trump is preparing a flurry of executive actions related to immigration when he takes office. Here we go.
If you go after a immigrant who has a criminal record, you find him at home. His wife is there. She does not have a criminal record. Does she get arrested?
Is she illegal in the United States?
If she is. If she's undocumented, does she get arrested too?
Yes. She'll be processed, and we'll let the immigration judge decide what happens to her.
Talking around Inauguration Day, even on Inauguration Day?
I'm not going to forecast what we're doing and where we're doing it, but you can count on worksite enforcement coming back.
Will mass deportation hurt the economy?
I think mass deportation and results of mass deportation are more important to this country than anything.
If you go after
I don't know if y'all heard that because it was kind of low, but yeah, he said basically if a woman is married to a man who has a criminal history and you know, they come to the house or whatever, ICE pulls up to the crib and they find out that they're undocumented, will she be arrested? And he said the answer is yes, because she's here illegally. So yeah, they're taking a hard stance on it. I don't know if they've always been doing this. You know, after a while, you know, for those of you, like, shout out to my ninjas. As men, we all wake up at different times. And when I say wake up, metaphorically speaking. So I didn't really come online to like 24, 25. I came online and started understanding, oh shit, I'm alive, I'm here. How do I contribute to society? You know, so now that I'm here, when it comes to the last few elections, I wasn't really paying attention. Now I pay attention because I'm like, yo, this shit matters. Like, I have to, you know, see what's going on. You feel me? So here we go. Tom Holland on Dr. Phil. What happens on January 21st, 2025?
Happens January 21st. Where do you
Why these
start?
videos so low? Y'all let me know if the video's too low.
We'll start the first day. Number one, we're going to secure the border. Number two, we're going to run the deportation operation. And number three, I'll look for these 300,000 kids. We'll find them too. President Trump's been clear. We're going to prioritize public safety threats and national security threats first because they pose the most danger to this nation. So day one, we're going to be looking for these public safety threats, arresting them, detaining them, and deporting them. And if these sanctuary city mayors don't want to help, then get the hell out of the way because we're coming. We're doing it.
And basically what he said is, we're going to deport people and nobody can stop us. I'm always just like, it's so interesting because the people who are American hail from the British Isles as well. So we're all technically immigrants, right? I'm not right. I guess the difference is because they were born here and they can only tie their lineage back to here. They're not considered immigrants. But yeah, man, it's all fake, man. Even charity. Let me see. The AOC questions Tom Homan. Here we go.
Mr. Homan, your name is on this. Is this correct?
Yes, I signed that memo.
So you are the author of the family separation policy.
I am not the author of this memo.
You're not the author, but you signed the memo.
Yes, a zero tolerance memo.
So you provided the official recommendation to Secretary Nielsen on for the United States to pursue family separation.
I gave Secretary Nielsen numerous recommendations on how to secure the border and save lives.
But it says here that you gave her numerous options, but the recommendation was option 3, family separation.
What I'm saying, this is not the only paper where we've given the Secretary numerous options to secure the border and save lives.
And so the recommendation, of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommended zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father from his
Mr. Homan,
family.
with all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum.
Yeah, heavy. Hey, if y'all don't know, this ninja ain't playing no games, bro. Ain't playing no games. Strictly by the book, no games. That ninja said violation code 2568, bro.
Is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay. Mr. Homan.
You know what I always wonder? I wonder, when it comes to other countries, I know specific countries, there are some specific countries where it's not like that. But when it comes to other countries like Canada or like Europe, if you want to transfer citizenship, is there a process that you have to go through as well? And is the process stringent? Because I think with our process, I believe it's only like 400,000 people a year. Like if they do it the right way, only 400,000 people a year are allowed into the country. And it's because, you know, it backs everything up. Like, to break it down, shout out to my Mexicanos, shout out to my IT people, shout out to my Cubanos, shout out to all y'all. All right, so look, think about it like this, bro. So let's say 1 million people come in from another country. Boom. They come in from another country. Now, let's say the people that are there, that are here, that are those type of people, see these people come in and offer them jobs. This is where the influx and the mess up of the market happens, because these people are here legally, so they can't get the money like through the W-2 or whatever. Some can, somehow, some way they find loopholes, but they really can't, right? So let's say they can't. These people are paid under the table. So now the money's being given to 1 million different people under the table. Now these people are moving money, paying money or whatever. Now the people who work here, who are here legally, the problem becomes because they don't have any access to the money, they got to find a way to make more jobs, so that way they can make more jobs and pay more people. To make more jobs, they got to spend more money. To spend more money, okay, now the value of the dollar is going down because they got to print more money. And that's the whole issue. So now when you multiply it by how many ever illegal people come in, that's where it starts to become a problem, because it compounds over time. And that's the issue. And that's what people don't realize. Whereas the process, the reason why the process was created, not to stop people from coming here, but to make sure the compound, as people get put into the workforce, it works properly and it doesn't mess up the system. But like I said, guys, this is with everything. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, okay, think like drugs, the drug game. If y'all don't know, like I said, this is for entertainment purposes only, and this is just to protect myself, so I don't gotta wake up, open my mailbox, and then boom, I see a letter from the government saying, oh, I'm being sued by the federal government for talking shit. You feel me? Anyways, so when it comes to like the drug game, right? Even the drug game, the feds has ties in the drug game, and the reason why is because they have to control the drug game. If they don't, right? If they don't, people are going to lose money. People are going to make money. They want the right people making money and the right people not making money, and it has to be regulated. And the best way to describe it would be what is it called? Big Pharma. Big Pharma is the best way to describe that. So when it comes to Big Pharma controls the pills, what's pushed, how much is pushed. Always remember, guys. Always remember, because I'm bringing it back full circle. Always remember that, you know, when you get these, sometimes they give you pills to fix the problem, but when you get these pills and shit, like, it doesn't actually fix the problem. It remedies the problem. Best example is glasses. So does glasses make your eyes better or worse, class? So if you don't know, Glasses makes your eyes worse. You have to go back for a stronger prescription, and the reason why is because it's not supposed to solve the problem. It's supposed to remedy the problem. But as time goes on, your eyes get weaker and weaker, and you need a stronger and stronger prescription until you go blind. But you're not really going to go blind because they can just keep giving you more medicine. And that's the whole thing with Big Pharma. The idea is not to really fix people. It's to remedy whatever you're going through. And the reason why is because you make more money, or they make more money on the back end by remedying the problem instead of fixing the problem. If they fix the problem, you won't come back. I'm a proponent of therapy. Shout out to therapists. Shout out to my old therapist. I've done therapy before. Therapy's cool, but the thing with therapy is you don't fix the problem. You can't fix the problem. You can only discuss it. You can only remedy the problem. You can't fix the problem or else you lose a client. Now, when it comes to the pills, and this is why I say it's a sinister game that's being played when it comes to the pills and shit, you know, they ask you what's wrong and then they put you on some pills and then you're going to therapy. Some people are going to therapy to get better and understand themselves and become more self-aware, but other people are going for the pills. And that's why I say the world's on drugs. So to bring it back full circle, yeah, man, this ninja is very stringent on what he said he's going to do. We got a couple more videos we're going to play by him, and then we're going to look him up. Here we go.
300,000 missing children. That's something else I've read reference to.
Look, over 500,000 children have been trafficked into this country.
This problem is just so enormous, and the bureaucracy is...
And that's another thing, too. So a lot of people don't know. People trying to come to America get trafficked, especially the women and the children. Get trafficked. The guys get used as slaves, too, for labor. They have to pay their way, and they end up paying more when they come in illegally because of all the stuff, and it's dangerous. Like I said, it's a whole can of worms. It's crazy. If y'all knew how many worlds, like we live in multiple universes at once. It all comes back together, but there's just different worlds. Like you ever heard of the underworld? The underworld, and I'm not saying the underworld like demons and angels and shit. I'm saying like the underworld, like it's shit that goes on in the world, and then there's the underworld. And like I said, multiple worlds. So there's the drug world. And the underworld is broken down into like the drug world, you know, dope, lean, pills, whatever, right? Then we have the trafficking world, where it's kids, women, children, teenagers, all ages, depending on what you're looking for. After that, what's another world? Like I said, best way to describe it, I made music, so I say the music industry. The music industry deals kind of in the underworld, unless you find the right places to go and you keep it strictly business. Even if you keep it strictly business, there may be things you have to do that will be compromising against your own morals, but it's part of that world. It's just how it works. The reason why, I don't know. I'm assuming it's because these are like, I'm not going to call them rituals. That's a poor term. The correct term I want to use is like, these are just old things that have been done throughout the course of history. And it's just a cycle. It's been repeating and repeating and repeating until somebody tries to catch it and stop it. Best example, I'm not saying Diddy's guilty. I'm not saying Diddy is innocent. I'm saying for purposes of this discussion, and like I said, for entertainment purposes only, that's why the whole thing with Diddy is happening right now, which we discussed on the podcast as well. You can go back and find the videos. But it's because these things are being exposed now. And what I think it is, when it comes to everything that we see now that's shocking to the regular average person, I personally am of the opinion that it's not shocking that it's been going on, and we just have cameras everywhere and we're recording everything so we can see it now. But I feel like they say shit's bad now. I feel like 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, it was 10 times worse. We just can see what's going on now. Like people could get away with murder back then. Now you can't because there's a camera on you at every traffic light, everywhere you go, unless you're in a rural area, you know, backwoods somewhere. You feel me?
So complex and hard to fight, and they always win in the end. Why would you take this job?
I say this many times because of things I've seen in my career. So I grew up in town 2,500. I fast forward. I'm standing back with tractor trailer with 19 dead people at my feet that baked to death in back that tractor trailer, including a 5-year-old little boy who suffocated to death.
And there's what I said. Some of the things that go on when people try to come here illegally. Those are some of the things they have to go through. And a lot of people don't realize, and that's why I say shout out to America, the best country in the world. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the reason why I'm aware of that this is the best country in the world is because I've had people tell me stories about things that go on in other countries and how everybody, you know, wants to come to America because in America, you at least make a little bit more money. You at least have an opportunity to do what you want without having to be brutalized, sodomized, taken advantage of. You might be taken advantage of, whereas here it's by choice. So you can choose where you want to go and take advantage, be taken advantage of. And what I mean by that, is the song Sweet Dreams. Y'all ever heard the song Sweet Dreams? Put a 1 in the chat if you heard the song Sweet Dreams. Sweet dreams are made of these. Everybody's looking for something. Some people want to use you. Some people want to be abused. That's why I love music, because it talks to the code. And I'm not going to say the Matrix, so I don't want y'all to think I'm weird like that, but we're going to call it the Matrix. It speaks to the code. That's the code. That's the world we live in all aspects. Some people want to be used. People want to be abused. Everybody's looking for something, right? So yes, when it comes to this, these are some of the things that happen when it comes to people trying to come here illegally. Shout out to the truckers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I used to be a trucker. Yeah, they got checkpoints when I'm pulling up to what's it called, El Paso. Got a checkpoint right there. I've seen the border. If y'all don't know, the border is not what y'all think it is. The border is like a fence, probably about like maybe 10, 15, 20 feet high. It's not what y'all think it is. You would think it's this huge wall, the way they the way they romanticized it on social media, bro. It's just bro, somebody could climb over it. Only reason why people not climbing over it, and there's probably a hole in the fence somewhere. The only reason why people not climbing over it is because somebody could see you. Like I said, I seen it while I was on the truck driving, on my truck, like on the 18-wheeler driving. The only reason why people ain't going over is because people could see you and they might report you. Past that, bro, it's not what you think. A lot of stuff that y'all see on social media, not what you think. But yeah, here we go.
On top of it was his father who was trying to protect him. During that investigation, they said that little boy begged his father not to let him die because he wanted to see his mom again. Here's a 5-year-old little boy who knew he was dying and asked his dad for help. And his dad, his dad can't help him, right?
No.
I've talked to little girls as young as 9 that were raped multiple times by members of the cartel. Grown men crawled up.
You see what I'm saying, guys? It get real like that. You see what I'm talking about? And that's why they're very stringent on that, because they're trying to deter that versus the whole idea of bringing immigrants in. They're trying to deter things like that because it goes on and people don't talk about it, and it's a serious issue. And like I said, that's why when I hear people complain about being here, I'll be like, bro, do y'all understand how good we got it? Bro, I can sit here on social media and talk shit, whereas these people, bro, if they have an expensive phone, bro, they might get killed for their phone, bro. So like I said, when y'all sit here in America, I know sometimes life get tough with these bills and shit, but you are blessed to be here. There are people in other countries. I've met these people. I've traveled to like Mexico. I've been to Colombia. I've been to the islands. There are people that would kill to be in your position, bro. Please believe me when I say that. Find value in your position. You are blessed to be in a position you're in. Here we go.
Upon this little girl, took everything innocent and pure from her. Her life would never be the same. Look in her eyes. There wasn't life in her eyes. It's just this little girl's devastated for life. And this happens every day. I wrote an op-ed of Fox News, and I says, if Joe Biden wins the presidency, we lose the border. When you lose the border, trafficking of sex trafficking will skyrocket. Child deaths will skyrocket. Migrant deaths will skyrocket. American deaths will skyrocket from drugs coming across that border. So when President Trump calls me up, says, you've been complaining about for 4 years. You want to come fix it? How do you say no?
Like I said, shout out to the truckers. You see a driver, tell a driver, thank you, driver, and they'll understand. Yeah, so there was this ninja in our class. Like I said, different parts of the border. So there was this ninja in my class, in my trucking class. His name was Nicholas. Y'all don't know who he is, so I can say his name. And yeah, he was telling us stories. He was in the military. So he's telling us stories about parts of the border where it's dangerous, where like MS-13s, they're at ready. Like they got guns on the kids. They got to watch the kids. They got guns on the kids because some of the kids have bombs tied to them so they could blow up and that way cause a whole bunch of havoc and stuff while people try to rush through. And they told me, bro, it get real in the field, my ninjas. It get real in the field. They literally have to have guns pointed on the kids just to make sure one of them don't run up to one of the trucks so it blows up. It get like that, my ninja. So yeah, man, I mean, let's pull up who Tom Homan is. Like I said, guys, it gets very hectic out here in these streets. That's why I be mobbing. And that's why I tell you guys, stay safe, stay dangerous out here. Shit a little crazy. Shout out to Hard Art Comedy. We appreciate you, bro. My bad, y'all. I'll be talking. I don't know if you left or I'll be talking, so when I'm talking, I can't see. I think I can't multitask.
Boy, what the hell, boy?
Yeah, but shout out to you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you guys for watching. And shout out to everybody watching. Like I said, man, I do this because we need to be informed. People that look like me don't really care about this kind of shit. And it's a sad state of affairs I see my people in. Past that, I know I can't help my people because my people are going to do what they want to do.
My people, unfortunately, are not my people. Who is Tom Homan? But that's just part of growing up too. Like I said, I shout out to Papa Black and shout out to my stepmom. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My parents did a really, 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 really good job at sheltering me from the world. And I never understood that until I got older. It's so weird because I'm always like, how do I tell them, like, hey, I understand what you said. And the only thing I can do is, like I said, fight the good fight. You know what it is. But yeah, so Tom Homan, let's see who he is. Melody, relax, bro. All right, so who is Tom Homan? The borders are. This is from Pointer 50. Journalism, Truth, Democracy. All right, so who is Tom Homan? Donald Trump's borders are, and what has he said about mass deportations? Homan spent more than 30 years working in immigration enforcement and recommended Trump's contentious zero tolerance policy. President-elect Donald Trump. You already know this is biased, by the way, because it sounds like it was written by Democrats. Not that that's a problem, but I'm just saying.
Boy, what the hell, boy?
Hey, relax, guys. So President-elect Donald Trump spent a large part of his campaign attacking Vice President Kamala Harris for her performance in a role neither she nor anyone in the Biden administration held. I shouldn't even said her name because now it's going to demonetize me. Borders are. Now Trump has created and filled the position for his new administration. And November 10th, Truth Social post. Truth Social is Trump's app, by the way, for those of you who don't know. Trump announced that Tom Homan would take the role, putting him in charge of the southern border, northern border, all maritime and aviation security. Homan spent more than 30 years working in immigration enforcement, including under Trump's first administration. He also recommended Trump's contentious zero tolerance policy, which led to family separations at the southwest border. In his new role, Homan will lead one of Trump's main campaign promises, mass deportations. Tom Homan will be in charge of all deportation of illegal aliens back to their country of origin. He began his career in local law enforcement in New York. Oh yeah, so he's from New York, and that's why he sound like that. It makes sense. Very serious. Yeah, New York's like Miami. We very about that action. Shout out to my old city, my city till I'm in the casket. 305 till I'm in the grave. You did. Yes, sir. If y'all don't know, I'm from Miami. I'm from Miami, Florida, born and raised. Shout out to Opelika. I know what it is. Shout out to Carroll City. Shout out to North Miami Beach. Shout out to the Chargers. C4 or 4C. 4CL. Charger for life. Homan also served in the Immigration and Naturalization Service, the precursor to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. Homan became the head of Immigration and Customs Enforcement Deportation Branch in 2013 during former President Barack Obama's second term. In that fiscal year, the agency deported more than 432,000 people, the most during any fiscal year of Obama's terms and more than during any year of Trump's presidency. Very interesting. A lot of people don't know that. Obama presented Homan with the 2015 Distinguished Presidential Rank Award, the nation's highest civil service award. Let me read that again slowly. Obama, my ninja, presented Homan with the 2015 Distinguished Presidential Rank Award, which means this guy knows what he's doing. Nation's highest civil service award, a Department of Homeland Security statement said, which is bestowed to leaders who've achieved sustained extraordinary results. Extraordinary, I like to read it like that. Immigrants' rights advocates dubbed Obama the deporter in chief. Very interesting. Never knew that. In January 2017, Trump named Homan the Immigration and Customs Enforcement's acting director. The Republican-controlled Senate never held a confirmation hearing for Homan. In April 2018, Senate Democrats wrote a complaint letter to Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen, noting that the department has not responded to the Senate's Homeland Security Committee's request for information about Homan. He retired from federal service in 2018 and 2019. Trump said he named Homan border czar, but Homan never assumed such a role. After leaving his government position, Homan established Border 911, a nonprofit organization that says it educates the American people about the facts of a non-secure border. And one thing's for sure, two things for certain, we need a secure border. Guys, I've told you guys right now, subversion has happened in America. If you don't believe me, like I said, subversion has happened in America. 1 second, I got to pull it up so y'all can understand what I'm talking about. I don't want to just be blowing hot air. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen what happened with the January 1st incident, and we send condolences to the family, right? We send condolences to the families with the dude that blew himself up in New Orleans, and then the other dude that blew himself up in the Cybertruck at Donald Trump's estate or whatever. So did y'all know, right? The two people, hold on. The two people actually served on the same military base, and this is what I mean with subversion. What's it? New Orleans incident and Trump Tower. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. So police probe if blast at Trump Hotel is linked to New Orleans attack. I'm of the opinion that it is because I'm pretty sure they both served on the same military base. So police in the United States are investigating, blah, blah, blah. The driver of a Tesla Cybertruck was killed and 7 other people were injured in Las Vegas after the vehicle filled with fuel canisters and firework mortars exploded. Officials said all injuries were minor. Blah, blah, blah. And the ninja's name was Livelsberger. And it was a deplorable situation. I'm trying to find the information. Let me see. Blah, blah, blah. The FBI also said it was looking into an incident, whether it's an act of terrorism. Blah, blah, blah. Hold on. I'm going to find it for you guys so you guys can see it. Subversion has happened in America. What subversion is the idea that there are sleeper cells. There are people who are here who don't have America's best interests at heart, and they have been allowed to fester, right? They have been allowed to fester in America and turn into their own little terrorism cells that are starting to attack places of America. And one thing I think, like even the California incident, I think, first off, we already showed proof that those fires were, they were started by people. I showed one video. You can go back to one of my old streams because I'm not going to pull it up now. And in this video, it was showing how these fires, it was 3 fires that were started in like separate places, miles away from each other, but simultaneously at the same time. And of course, like I said on the Blac Pill, we question everything. So I was like, bro, what are the odds? What are the odds that 3 fires simultaneously, that means at the same time, simultaneously start in 3 different locations? I'm like, bro, something's off. Come to find out, they find that, hey, some arsonists started these fires. So first, let me do the arsonist fire. Arsonist, California, start fires. We'll start there. Okay, blah, 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 blah. So look, for example, LA wildfires, arson suspect reportedly entered U.S. illegally. You see what I'm saying? Now, it can go one of 2 ways, right? The media could be lying and they're painting a picture just to help enforce what they're trying to enforce. But here's an example. Shout out to my Mexicanos. Love you. But look, so LA fires arson suspect reportedly entered U.S. illegally. Suspect was apprehended. 1 second. The suspect was apprehended by area residents. He entered the U.S. from Mexico 16 years ago. Excuse me. ICE has placed an immigration detainer on the suspect. Excuse me. So, blah, blah, blah. He started a fire that may have contributed to the wildfires. He's a Mexican national who entered the U.S. unlawfully at an unknown date and location without inspection by an immigration official. Now, that's not a problem. Well, I mean, for Tom Holland, it's a problem that he entered illegally. It's not a problem for me that he entered illegally. The problem is when you come here and start to wreak havoc and chaos. That's when it becomes a problem, because it's people that's going through tough times in life, and because they going through tough times, they trying to make other people go through tough times. I don't like shit like that. That shit kind of grinds my gears and rubs me the wrong way, because it's like, bro, these people ain't do nothing to you. Why are you trying to make their life impossible because you wanted something better for yourself, supposedly? So like I said, what I wanted to show you, New Orleans suspect and Livelsberger, same military base. See, it's right here. See, look, so right here, this is what I wanted to show you. Suspects in the Vegas explosion, New Orleans attack, served at the same army base, police confirmed. Authorities said on Thursday that 2 men likely overlapped at Fort Bragg and again in Afghanistan, but there was no evidence suggesting that they knew each other. That, my ninja, is very, very disturbing. Now, right now, what we need to understand, right? These guys are not, I don't think that they're immigrants, but the issue becomes, what are they listening to? what ideology, where did they get the ideology from? What caused them to do that? So when it came to the other ninja that did what he did, I think I still had the video. Let me see if I have it. Hold on, let me see. Here we go. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. And like I said, guys, I'm gonna bring it back full circle. So this is what happened with the cyber attack. Hold on, I'm gonna put the volume up. Yeah, I can hear it. Let me put the volume up. Hold on. And shout out to everybody. I appreciate y'all in the chat. I see you guys. I can't I'm doing too many things at once. I can't say anything. But shout out to you. I see you guys too. I appreciate the subscribes. I'm just putting you know what I'm saying? I'm just putting two and two together. And the reason why I have to is because Ninja, they could blow me up. All right, y'all ready? Go.
Senior U.S. law enforcement officials say that this explosion of a Tesla Cybertruck, kind of in the portico there where you saw that smoke rising from in front of Trump's property in Las Vegas, is being investigated, at least initially, as a potential act of terrorism, and that it was, quote, intentional. And there was a person who was found deceased. That is the driver of that vehicle. There were 7 others that were injured as a result. And so they don't yet have a specific motive, but some things they've found in the investigation leads them to believe that this could have been some sort of a terrorist attack, or at least that they should investigate it as such. Interestingly, Chris, I know everybody's going to immediately say, okay, we have something that happens in New Orleans, we have something that happens in Las Vegas. The car that was used in Las Vegas, the Cybertruck, was actually rented from the same type of company. It's kind of like an...
All right, so boom. The cars from both attacks were rented from the same company. Now, this is where we come into coincidence, and that's where I'm like, okay, what are the odds, bro? Like, what are the odds that 2 terror attacks are rented from the 2 vehicles used in terror attacks are rented from the same company? What are the odds? And that's why I say I don't believe in coincidences anymore, because I'm not a kid. I feel like things happen for a reason. Micro suggestions. I call them micro suggestions. There are micro suggestions that happen. Like in life, you'll see certain micro suggestions that lead you up to a decision. And from there, you choose whether or not to make that decision. So with the dude in New Orleans, what's up, New Orleans? Yeah, so the dude in New Orleans, he had an ISIS flag. And then this other dude, like I said, these people were at one point in time fighting for America, and something happened to where they're fighting for themselves. We're going to keep playing this video.
Airbnb for cars as the car that was rented and used in New Orleans. So the driver of the vehicle, who's now deceased at the Trump International there in Las Vegas, used the same car company. But we are told from multiple senior law enforcement officials that there is no believed connection at this hour between what happened in Las Vegas.
And this is when it first happened. They came to find out, like I said, what I showed you guys just now. Let me pull it up again. They came to find out, where's Google? They came to find out, I don't know why they got Google looking like that, but hey, it is what it is, my ninja. We just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna highlight everything. They came to find out, like I said, that they served on the same military base. What are the odds? Fort Bragg, they likely overlapped at Fort Bragg in Afghanistan, but there's no evidence suggesting they knew each other. And this is where I start to beg the question, okay, so if these ninjas are in the military, maybe want to go CIA, do you think that they don't know how to, cover up the fact that they talked to each other before, or they had some kind of relation to each other? It's very easy. Leave your phone here, maybe pass by each other, give each other messages through notebooks or whatever the case may have you. Like I said, it's pretty weird, but Matthew, the white guy, is accused of renting a Cybertruck in Colorado Springs, driving it to Nevada, and packing it with fireworks, mortars, and gas cans before exploding it in front of the Trump International Hotel in Vegas Wednesday. Shamsud Din Jabbar is expected of plowing through a crowd of New Year's revelers in the French Quarters hours earlier, killing at least 15 and injuring dozens more in an attack that sent shockwaves through the famous New Year's destination in the morning scheduled college football playoff game. I want to show you the lady. I want to see if I can show you guys a lady. Let me see. Do I have it? Let me see. Hold on. Mass shooting. Let me see. Shooter sent message.
I get it started off as comments. So when.
All right, so we're going to show you guys this. Before I show you guys this, I'm going to show you guys what I mean by subversion and 5th generational warfare, because I keep talking about this. All right, let me interact. You guys got to see this. And the reason why I show people this is so in case something goes down and you're around, fight or flight kicks in. What are you gonna do? Don't sit there and die, my ninja. Okay?
What the hell, boy?
Okay? I'm here to tell you, don't sit there and die. Either fight or run away and live to fight another day. Okay? All right, so 5th generational warfare. I always talk about this. I've said it on multiple streams. 5th generational warfare is a type of warfare that uses non-kinetic methods to achieve strategic objectives. It involves the use of emerging technologies like artificial intelligence and cyber attacks, as well as social engineering and misinformation. This is what's going on. This is what's been going on to the American people. That's why people are so divided right now, because it's been implemented through the last few years. Best way to explain it, look at how our social media has evolved over time to where now people are pushing agendas. And that's why I tell everybody question everything. Even me, my ninja, question me. I'm pushing my own agenda. I'm pushing, I'm on the side of everybody on the side of me. I created the Adam effect, the achieve things out of mind effect. You like what I do here? All right, come on my side. My side, like minds, great minds, think alike. We can probably do something. That's it. But I'm saying everybody's pushing agendas and now people are divided. That's 5th generational warfare. Now, watch this. What is subversion in military terms? So subversion is an actions designed to undermine the military, economic, psychological, or political strength or morale of a governing authority. This is what's been happening to our government and our country, and that's why we are in the state of affairs that we are in. That's why men are weaker than ever before. That's why women do what they do now, because women have to find a way to protect themselves. All these things have been orchestrated. At least I'm of the opinion. I could be wrong, but all these things have been orchestrated. Past all the emotional bullshit. I don't give a fuck about emotion, excuse my French. Past all the emotional bullshit. And I'm saying that because as a man and as a black man in America, being emotional has never helped me. That's something I learned coming up. Being emotional has never helped me. Being pragmatic, as in being realistic, has only helped me move further. So that's why now I kind of kill all my emotions, and I'm all about, hey, so reality, this is what it is. Now emotions, there's a time and place for it, but when it comes to serious issues like things that are set in stone, certain things that are set in stone, like shout out to the Alphabet Boys and Girls. What's up? What's up? Y'all do what y'all do, but when it come to all that extra stuff, where it's like the he, they, all that, man, ninja, I'm he, him, I'm him, ninja. Yes, sir. I'm him. All that extra stuff where they start taking the words and trying to change the meaning of words, I ain't got time for all that, bro. I got too much in my head. I got shit like this in my head. What I look like sitting there trying to figure out your pronouns, bro. And I'm saying that with the most love because I have friends that are gay. I have family members that are homosexual and all that. I don't give a shit about none of that shit. Shout out to you and you do what you do. But when it comes to all the extra stuff, that's how you know in America we've lived in a place and time where there's too much peace. Because we have the time to sit here and talk about shit like this instead of protecting our country and increasing our infrastructure and making our country better. And every single time where the superpower, I'm talking about throughout history, when the superpower got to this level, the superpower fell. So we're now in the decline of America. A lot of people don't see that. I see it ahead of time. It just is what it is. In life, I've had to be very self-aware, and I've always been, I've had course correction, and that's why I created course correction. So I always thank God for the people that I met in my life that either hurt me or made me better because they taught me that I had to be responsible, because if I wasn't responsible, people was going to do me wrong. So because of that, I became very self-aware. So I'm very good at reading things with my eyes and seeing things for what they are and not what I want them to be. So like I said, subversion in military terms is a covert operation that aims to undermine a government's military, political, economic, or psychological strength. It's a non-military strategy that uses secret methods to exploit vulnerabilities in an adversary's systems. The easiest vulnerabilities is shit like emotions. How does subversion work? Infiltrate. Subversive agents such as spies infiltrate organizations or groups to gain influence. Exploit. Subversive agents identify flaws in the system and use them to produce unexpected outcomes. Manipulate. Subversive agents use their influence to manipulate systems to produce desired outcomes. What are the effects? Like I say, they sway public opinion. And that's what's been going on. And that's why I'm like, okay, you know what? If that's the case, then I'm going to have to push my own agenda. And my agenda is this, the Adam effect. Y'all know what it is. For those of y'all who are new here, it go like this. You are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We're going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines. We are human beings. join the Atom Effect, join the movement. This is the Atom Effect, achieve things out of mind. So that's supposed to encompass everything that's coming on in the future. Yes, shout out to Alexa. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And that's to encompass everything that's coming in the future. So all this shit, like even with the deportations, yeah, the deportations are going to happen. I'm of the opinion, and like I said, for entertainment purposes only, because I could be wrong, I'm of the opinion that UBI, Universal Basic Income, will be a thing. And the government that we live in, even though the country produces all this money that they can give to other countries, billions of dollars, we can't afford to put everybody on UBI. So we can't afford to put immigrants on UBI because UBI is going to be money that's given away. The reason why is because in the future, robots are going to be a thing and robots are going to take over society. If you don't believe me, and like I said, I'm going to bring it back full circle to Tom Holland. I'm just giving you guys some of the things we talk about. If you don't believe me, this is the future. 1 second. We go. Oh, no. Let me see. Do I have any of these videos? Oh, we might not even have these videos. We can't show you the videos. We'll show you guys, like I said, if you go to the AI Apocalypse on one of my old episodes, we discuss it all the time. Robots are starting to become a thing. They came out with a companion robot recently. Her name is, there's one, her name is Melody. There's another one whose name is Aria. And it's, like I said, you can go see, I think we did it last week. That's one of my old videos. And you can go see the other ones before that, the AI Apocalypse. Go check that one out. But to bring it back to Tom Holland, like I said, that's why Tom Holland feels the way he feels when it comes to all this, because we need to have security and infrastructure when it comes to our country. It's cool to help out all the other countries. Like I said, I shout out to all the other countries, but we need to put ourselves first. Because if we don't put ourselves first, why would we ever believe that any country will put us first too? That's not how they feel. That's not how the world works. All right, we got another one. Here we go.
Anthony Romero was saying that they're leading the charge to have cities not allow the federal government access to jails, to say that, oh, Tom Homan, you want to deport someone with a DUI? We're going to expunge their record so they no longer have a DUI and give them blanket amnesty. The ACLU, this is what they said. Tom, did you see this clip?
No, but you're pissing me off.
No. Anthony Romero was saying
all right, we're going to play like 2 more, and then after that, we're going to call it a day. Let's see.
Look, they gave me 5 minutes to say a few things, so if I offend anybody tonight, I don't give a shit. How many pounds of fentanyl didn't make it in this country to kill Americans? How many known suspected terrorists didn't make it in the country? How many billions of dollars did the cartels make? President Trump is one badass president. He secured the border at a level we've never seen before. And I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that's been released into the United States under this administration. Don't get too comfortable. We're going to need some help. Do I have any volunteers that want to come back and help run the biggest deportation operation in the history of this nation? In January of 25, the greatest president of my lifetime walking back in the White House. He tells me we got, I say 120 days. He says, no, you got 60 to lock the border down. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I told the president. He comes back, I come back, we fix this shit.
Shit. Yo, I'm tough, bruh. So, bruh, these next 2 weeks, TikTok shutting down. Bro. So look, bro. So y'all, I've seen ICE at my old job back when I used to have a job and shit. I don't got a job, so if y'all want to donate, bro, donate. But yeah, bro. So I seen ICE pull up. This the first time I'm even knowing that ICE was a thing. I'm like, bro. In my head, I'm like, bro, who are these fake ass rent a cops? Like, this is what I was thinking to myself. It's way back when I was a youngin'. Not like a youngin'. I'm saying like 20 and shit, 21. So I'm looking at these ninjas like, are they rounding up people? And then somebody told me, they like, yeah, that's ICE. I'm like, bro, what's ICE? Because in Florida, I never seen nothing like that. This when I moved to Texas. Shout out to Texas. So, they got the guns. They pull up. And, jobs I'm working, you can't bring the gun through. They got the gun. I'm like, bro, what's going on, bro? And then come to find out, they grabbed a couple people. So, bro, when I say it's about to get real, bro, it's about to get real. And if y'all been watching the whole time, I've been telling y'all, hey, bro, y'all, instead of sitting there talking about, oh, what are we going to do? Y'all should have been sitting there trying to figure out how to apply for that citizenship while you still can and find that loophole. Pay somebody, bro. That's what you're supposed to do, bro. Y'all sitting there talking about, oh, this is messed up. Why are we not sitting there as a family collectively talking about, oh, this is what we're going to do moving forward? Okay, these are the laws that are being put in place. How can these laws benefit us? How can we find a way to work these laws to our own benefit? That's what y'all supposed to be sitting there talking about. Y'all need to sitting there crying, and that's why I'm saying in your feelings, bro. And that's why I'm saying I can't do that, bro. That's not me. I'm a different animal, though. I moved through this world lonely. Like, I got the dog. She sleep. And you know, I got the people that know me. But I be dolo. I be mobbing through the streets dolo. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all got to sit there and think. Like, I tell my family the game that I know. They choose to take the info. They don't want the info. Okay, cool. I'm not saying I know everything. I don't know everything. I just pay attention and I try to read. You know, reading is the key to success in life. So I try to read what's going on. I try to make sense of what's going on. Because if I don't make sense of what's going on, I'm going to get left behind. And that's free game for all of y'all too. Y'all got to make sense about what's going on or else you're going to get left behind. That's just how the world works. You need to evolve. So I'll say maybe like 8-10 years ago, I ain't think like this. Shit wasn't on my mind. But that's part of evolution. That's part of growth. That's part of growing. You're going to change the way that you think. All right, we got one more. Let me see.
Let me be clear. There is going to be a mass deportation. We're not waiting till January. We're already talking. We're already planning.
Nah, this ain't the one. They're talking about Hispanics. You did this. It's like, bro, what are y'all talking about, bro? Shut up, bro. Like, at the end of the day, America did this. America clearly did not want democracy anymore. Let me see.
Am I blowing your cover when I announce that there's going to be a big raid in Chicago on Tuesday? Or do you want people to know? Maybe they can self-deport.
There's going to be a big raid all across the country. Chicago is just one of many places. If we got 24 field officers across the country. On Tuesday, you're going to expect ICE. ICE is finally going to go out and do their job. We're going to take the handcuffs off ICE and let them go arrest criminal aliens. That's what's going to happen.
I'm telling y'all. All right, so let's see. Let me see. We're going to look it up real quick. Let me see. Criminal raid. Chicago. Chicago ICE. Go.
So let's talk what to expect on day one. What is the shock and awe? I've been meaning to make this video for a while. I've kind of hinted for a long time and mentioned in passing for a long time that I have an idea of what that's going to look like. I've been putting off making this video for a while. Given the circumstances, we've got about 12 hours left guaranteed, so I really can't put it off any longer. Let's talk about the big day one shock and awe. What is that going to look like? Now, I don't know what all they have planned, but I know one thing that they absolutely do have planned. I made a video a while back talking about how the immigration and deportation things that they're talking about is a bait and switch. The people that they're talking about going after are legally authorized to be here in the United States. They simply aren't fully naturalized citizens yet. They are still being processed. But in that processing, people like the asylum seekers, not only are they authorized to be here in the United States,
But what the hell, boy?
My ninja, it's possible, but I gotta stop you because this is where I'm talking about misinformation, and that's why I tell y'all question everything, bro. Because I mean that's his own personal perspective, bro. I mean it could be a bait and switch, but I mean they already have majority of power in the House and the Senate. It's like, why would I need to bait and switch at this point? For what? Like why? Why? Anyways. I hate when they do that, bro. They ruin my mood, bro. It's like, bro, just get straight to the point. Let me see.
Chicago, giving you a heads up in case you haven't heard. Trump is planning his bullshit ICE raids here in the city starting on Tuesday. This is going to be a really big mess for all of us to deal with, and it's going to be dangerous and economically devastating for a lot of the community that is here, and undocumented workers, their families, friends, our family and friends, co-workers, anyone you know who might be affected by this, get them this information. Whether you take it from me or get it from someone else, just make sure that they are aware that the raids are supposed to be starting on Tuesday. And from what I've seen so far, they expect it to go for a week or so. I will say this, the Chicago City Council had a resolution before it to get the Chicago police to help ICE in this effort, which of course all the conservacucks here in the city were like, coming all over that one.
What the hell?
But our city council voted 39-11 to block that proposal because we already have an ordinance for welcoming in this city. We are a sanctuary city. So that is not the law in this city. The law.
Yeah, federal government trumps city law. Anyways, yeah, bro, like I said, it's gonna get crazy. Hey, man, shout out to the immigrants, man. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm of the opinion, if TikTok is still a thing, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of footage on that. We'll be covering that. If it's not a thing, the reason why it went dark, TikTok went dark for that long, it's gonna go as long as the ICE raids are going on, and the reason why is so they don't show what's going on, because if people see what's going on, it's gonna be a huge thing. Shout out to the immigrants, man. I just want to say, shout out to Hard Art Comedy. I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to San Antonio. We got San Antonio in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just want to say, I just wonder, bro, like when it comes to the immigrants, as hard as we go for immigrants, and I appreciate all of y'all that go hard, would you guys be willing to go as hard for us, the American people? And that's what I want to know. Because if the answer is yes, okay, we got to look out for you. But if the answer is not yes, that's where it's like, so you want us to go as hard for you, but you're not willing to go as hard for us. And that's the thing. I'm of the opinion, and I'm that's just how I am as a person. I don't go hard for people that's not going hard for me. So, you know, it's black people out here. Shout out to my ninjas that need people to like them. I'm the ninja because of how I came up and how people try to do me coming up. I don't give a fuck if people don't like me. You know, I got over that. Shout out to Alexa. She's in Illinois. She said Chicago needs it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like I said, I don't care whether or not people like me, because coming up, people never really liked me. People used to say, talk shit to me all day. I was one of the smart kids. Like I said, I only did the thugging stuff thinking it was the way. And I seen that coming up, like, oh, the drug dealers, the rappers, that's how I end up doing that. But I've always been an intellectual. I graduated school early. I got a degree, 2 degrees. I graduated high school 16, college 19. Like I said, I really do this. And I put in work, and people was hating on me back in my city for putting in work. So, I mean, that's why I learned after a while. I said, you know what? I'm tired of trying to be liked by people. I don't care if I'm disliked. Fuck being a hero. I'm going to be the anti-hero. So, yeah, all I want to know is, immigrants, are you willing to go as hard for the American people as the American people are willing to go as hard for you? And if you are, okay, shout out to you. You're cool in my book. But if you're not, and you do bad shit like start fires or cause problems in America, nah, bro. You got to go, bro. You got to go. Past that, that's pretty much it for today's episode. Yes, sir. One time for the Blac Pill. We're going to be back here at 6. We got to finish getting the rest of the cabinet. So far, we did a couple people. We did, let me see. We did 15 people. There's 30 people. We got the episode is 6. And for those of you who don't know, we stream 9 in the morning, 6 p.m. So we got to do one at 6. We got one tomorrow at 9 in the morning, and we got one tomorrow at 6. And that's when we stream. We pull up in here twice a day. Like I said, if y'all like what I'm pushing, man, hit the like button. We appreciate you. Subscribe for more. Like I said, this is just what we're talking about now, because I feel like people needed to know. I was been supposed to talk about this, but as we let up the time, you know, the way time goes, I'm like, all right, let me go do what I got to do. Shout out to Hard Art Comedy. He said, I keep trying to lead, but looking at the 14th Amendment, the second disposition is subject to the jurisdiction thereof. So no, sir, they would not go hard for us, as they are loyal to their own. And see, that's a good point that you made. See, that's the thing. One thing about it, especially being a black person, one thing I noticed, shout out to all the other communities. I appreciate all of you. It's tough because black people don't go hard for their own most of the time. Every other community goes hard for their own, as they should, right? As they should. The sad thing about America, we have gotten to a state now where the only thing holding Americans together is the idea of money. Not even money itself, the idea of it. And that's where the problem is now, because we have no patriotism. Ninja, walk around with a flag. Ninja, walk around with a flag and be like America. They'll think you racist. My ninja, wear red, white, and blue. You put on red, white, and blue and you walk out this house, you walk out your crib, it's not July 4th, Ninja's looking at you like you got a problem. Like why he like this, like you a terrorist or something, bro. Imagine in your own country, bro. That shit is weird. That shit is weird, but it is what it is. Past that, yeah, man, like I said, man, 9 to 6, we'll be back here later. We got 5 more people, Trump's in the circle. Past that, if y'all like what I'm doing, man, y'all hit the like button. Like I said, we dropping this song next week. For those of you who don't know, I make music. Let me see, hold on. What up, it's your boy Black Adam. We probably drop that song soon. Y'all watch my page, man. Y'all know what it is. Big balls, aluminous hang, they upset cause I'm switching lanes in a Mustang. Toast this like I must up. Bust a left from my right hand. Guns blaze, this money is my big balls, aluminous hang, they upset cause I'm switching lanes in a Mustang. Toast this like I must step. Bust a left from my right hand. Guns blaze, this money is my new cologne. And I'm so dark cause I'm sun glazed. I smoke Athena, that's good gas. And I get the feeling that I must think. Let me think, big P's, I'ma rob the bank. No Diddy won't fuck with paint, that's cocaine. Adam add fuel to the fire, that's cocaine. Yes, sir, so we dropping the song, no kidding. Yeah, see you at 6 on me. But yeah, yeah, we got other shit on the way. We got more music on the way. Like I said, I'm doing my own thing. Shout out to the Adam Effect. If you want to join the Adam Effect, everybody that I tell, if you want to join the Adam Effect, you start by putting an Adam in your bio on all your social media. Let's start a movement, my ninjas. Let's start a movement. This is the Adam. Hold on. You put this all through your bio, and this is how you start to initiate yourself into the Adam Effect. Shout out to my pockets of Adam Sprout the Planet. You'll be surprised how many people know me, how many people know my name. I'm talking about, you be surprised. Ask people, show them my face. Don't tell them my name, show them my face. I bet you they say they know me from somewhere. You'd be surprised. But like I said, shout out to my pockets of Adams throughout the planet. We're going to hit the outro, man. We appreciate everybody listening. Like I said, hit that like button, bro. I hate to be that ninja, but more people need to see this. More of today's messages. Stay informed, man. Question everything and stay informed. All right, we outie. Let me play melody. Damn, you're not speaking English. I don't understand what you're saying, but I'm TNK, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Girl, you know what I'm packing. Let's make a movie. Lights, camera, action. I'ma start shooting. Yeah.
Cloud.
Yeah. Hey. You sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my melody. You sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my. I don't even know what this girl's saying now, but she had to get a quick fix, good dick, sick shit, ass so fat, call the shit thick. Girl, you ain't know I like you, wanna wife you. Shit so cool, color ice cube. You the sugar honey with the ice too. Don't forget T, man, don't forget T and K. Watch from a distance, all you do is slay. Tryna get paid, baby, tryna get paid. I don't wanna fall, but I already did. Exchange your heart with the kid. Damn, I got hurt again. Why always trip, man? Why always trip? You sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my melody. You sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my. Only got 4 minutes, Lord, tell me what to say, so I get the digits. Tell me all the right words, so I get it. Can't be scared, T, can't be scared. You don't wanna bust plan A, then gotta get a plan B. Whole new language, watch yourself. I'm a little dangerous, Melanie, got me going crazy. Love your fragrance, gotta listen virtues. Girl, you my patient, gotta have patience. I take time with your lips, yeah, I gotta pace it. Time with the hips, take time with them hips. Girl, 3-course meal, so I dine in them hips. Girl, I dive in them hips. You sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my melody. You sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my. Take 5, yeah, the new kid.
If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. This is the Atom Effect.